Hey everybody, so today is day 14 of the Raise Your Credit Scores 100 Points in 30 Days, which is this book right here. So today is day 14. I apologize for the people that's watching me live. I had to come on an hour later today because I had something going on, I had an emergency, but I'm here, you guys. So we're going to do the Raise Your Credit Score 100 Points in 30 Days. You guys have the course. Y'all can watch any type of repeats or any other videos inside of the free course that come along with your books. But today is, I'll say it's kind of easy, but it's not at the same time. It's all about everything I teach you guys is no matter what, it's going to all be about taking action. So make sure no matter what you all are doing, you guys are just taking full action. Okay. So make sure you guys are taking full action on everything that I'm talking to you guys about. And then you're going to see the results. You're going to see the results. All right. So let me just make sure I put the shop up over here. And then we can get into what we got going on. Okay. Okay. So let's put that on here. That, 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 and then add these two on there. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna wait 2 more minutes. Just let everybody come in here. What's on the wrist? I got my first credit card. Watch your videos to learn. Oh, you got your first one? Tony, how old are you? You mean your first one or your first one after yeah, after probably messing up? But I watched videos and learned how to use it. You started late. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yes, make sure that you just paying that full thing off every single month. Just make sure you just get consistent with that. If you get consistent with that, you're gonna do good. Okay. You like, I started late. That's fine. Better late than never. You ain't miss anything because guess what? What I teach people on here, if y'all mess up on your credit, y'all gonna have to say, hey, I got my first credit card after bankruptcy. I got my first credit card after cleaning up my credit again. So you'll be back in, people be back in here. So in your case, you ain't missing nothing. Okay. You didn't miss anything at all. All right. So let me go ahead and put this here, but I'm so excited that you got your first credit card. That is really good. And remember, I tell y'all to try to have 4 of them. That don't mean that y'all have to use them all. Just make sure that y'all have them reporting. Okay. But now got 2 healthy limits, a good score. See, that's good. 2 healthy credit card limits. That's good. That's really good. And the goal is when you get these credit cards, don't let them close. You want to keep them open for as long as you can. That's really the goal. You want your credit cards to stay open for a while because that's what's going to increase your credit scores. Okay, that's what's going to give you the A's that you're going to need, and that's what's going to get you into the 800s later on as you continue to let them age. Okay, but congratulations to you, Tony. That's amazing. And hi, Terry. How are you doing today? How's everything going with you? Oh, it's okay, perfect. Yeah. All right. So we are at our 5 minute mark. Okay. Today, in our Raise Your Credit Score 100 Points in 30 Days, this is the original book. You guys can get it in a bundle if you guys don't have it. This is the original one, but you guys can definitely get it in a bundle, which is the 4 book bundle where you can have all 4 of them and not just that one that we're going over. It's just so much easier for me to do the Raise Your Credit Score 100 Points in 30 Days. Y'all, I just love this book. Honestly, if you just do everything that's in there, you're going to be good. You're going to get into the 700s and like, what more do you want? Like, if you want to get into the 800s, you're going to need age. Okay. You have yours? Okay, good. I thought I seen you on the when I just did my affiliate thing too. Did I see you on there? Your name looks familiar. I literally just got done doing that, like going through it, like who needs some, did I see you in there? But yes, you guys, I still do my affiliates. I still do like 100 books per month. If you guys like on a TikTok shop, you guys want to be an affiliate, as long as your stuff is matching up, I definitely do the books. And if you guys continue to do good, I'll definitely give you guys more. Just make sure that you all are posted. Oh, that is you. I'm not okay, good because I thought I seen that earlier. Okay, I'm getting good with like and stuff and names. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. So today we have to talk about debt consolidation. Okay. So if you guys are thinking about consolidating your debt, like I do not believe in going with like a company to do like debt consolidation. I don't believe in that at all. I have heard a lot of horror stories about that. I have not personally done that. I just say this, if y'all know y'all got debt, say if y'all got multiple credit cards, I talked to y'all, I said, hey, I want y'all utilization down to 10% or less, 5% at its best. If y'all like Keita, yeah, right. I got 70%, 80%. My credit cards is maxed out and I ain't got the money to pay it. Then what I tell people to do is, it depends on your situation, because sometimes you probably not, you just got a lot of debt, depending on your situation. If your balance is low enough that you're going to eventually pay it, be honest, like, are you going to be able to catch up on this or not? Because I say be honest, because some people pay it and then end up just filing bankruptcy. You could have just kept that little money, honestly. I don't suggest like paying it and then just going straight into a bankruptcy. But if you know you're going to work on paying these different debts off, try to see if you can do like 0% APR credit cards. That's like the biggest thing. Like when I wanted to pay off debt, I looked for 0% APR credit cards. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you guys a few of them that you all can go with, but this is just going to be one of the options. You guys can also do like some loans. Sometimes they'll give you like a good interest rate. You can actually consolidate that way, the loan to pay off your credit cards. Then you can just make sure. Sometimes they'll tell you to close those credit cards. I don't suggest closing it, but once you guys get that loan, you can pay off your credit cards, and now you can just pay the loan. You'll know what your set payment is. You'll know how long you have to pay it, so that can be great for you all too. Okay, but I still like 0% APR, because depending on what the balance is, if you don't pay any interest on it, at least whatever you're paying is going to go towards paying off that principal. Okay, to me, it's kind of like stopping the bleeding. Like you bleeding out every month when you pay these credit cards, because a lot of your money is going towards the interest. But if you guys were to do the 0% APR credit cards, you can do a balance transfer the balance on these credit cards to the APR, and they may say, hey, we'll do 0% APR for 12 months, we'll do it for 18 months, 21 months, 24 months. It just depends on your credit cards. But this is something that I really like for you all to do. Okay, so let me know if y'all have any questions about consolidation. Sometimes people ask about consolidating like student loans. That's really up to you. Now, anytime I think about like consolidating student loans, is when I see people, maybe you're trying to do something with your debt to income ratio when you're trying to buy a house, maybe because you got so many different loans. If you were to consolidate them, you'll have a lower payment, because when you're buying a house, they're going to add up every student loan that you have, your monthly payment for that, and then they're going to determine what your debt to income ratio is. So maybe you can consolidate that way. Sometimes too, if you guys were to consolidate your loans and you're trying to get them deleted, usually once you consolidate them, all them old loans that you did have, if they were like really negative, they had a lot of bad stuff on them, you do want to get them deleted. They are easier to delete once you do consolidate it, because now you're going to have a new loan on your credit reports. Okay, so that's something else if you want to think about like consolidation. But double check no matter what, because y'all may think that y'all doing something like I talked about yesterday, refinancing your car. You're basically going to have a new loan. Double check the numbers and make sure it's right for you. Like double check the numbers and see if the interest rate is going to be better, if there's going to be any type of fees that's going to be associated with it. Okay, now let me answer some of the questions, because I always make sure I get some questions for you all when it come down to like doing consolidation. So let's go through these questions. If y'all have any questions for me, definitely let me know. But again, I suggest a 0% APR credit cards. And the top ones, I would say try to do like Discover, and I love Truist. I love Truist, because Truist, they have like 3 of them that you can get. They got like 0% APR, I believe. Okay, so I definitely like those are my 2 top suggestions. Okay, just make sure if you want to know which bureau that they're going to definitely pull from, because Truist should pull Equifax, and I believe Discover should pull like TransUnion. But to confirm that, freeze your credit report, then apply and see what they say, or you can call them and say, who you finna pull? Like, stop playing with me. Let me know who you finna pull, because when you're doing 0% APR credit cards anyway, you think you want to try to get approved for it. If you have your credit cards maxed out, maybe they want to approve you. So I suggest that you all try to figure out which credit bureau has the highest score and just go with that one. Okay, so if Equifax is your highest, I told y'all Truist is a good option. Try to see if you can get Truist. Okay, I have my first one is Capital One. Okay, that's good. Capital One could be a good one, but if you mess up with them or if you get on their bad side, they take over. Okay, they definitely take over. That's why I didn't like when Discover actually was purchased by Capital One, because they definitely do take over. All right. Yes, but congratulations. Make sure you have 4 of them. Okay. And then do you have the raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days? Sometimes I see certain affiliates want certain books. And I'm telling y'all, that raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days. If I had to just get one book, that will be the book. And then after that, I'll go to Suing to Win because Suing to Win is amazing, but still you need to work to get your credit score to go higher. Okay, but that raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days. I think that that's like my top book, like in terms of you trying to really get your credit score up, you trying to do something. Okay. Yes, that's the one you got. Okay, good. Yeah, that's the best one. That's the one we're going over right now. Today is day 14 of it. So that's going to be good. All right. So the first question is, should I use debt consolidation companies or do it myself? I think y'all should do it yourself. Y'all know how much money these debt consolidation companies going to charge y'all for some stuff that y'all can do on your own. Now, sometimes when y'all do debt consolidation, sometimes y'all like, Keita, I can't really pay on this loan. I have to consolidate them. Y'all know y'all can call companies directly. If y'all know y'all can't pay them, like say if y'all got a Wells Fargo credit card, y'all got Synchrony Bank or something like that. If y'all know y'all can't pay them, call them and tell them that, like, hey, I can't pay this. I got something going on. Sometimes they can bring your interest rate down to like 1%, 2%. They can pause your payments for a few months. It's a lot of stuff that they can do. Okay. But when you go to these debt consolidation companies, y'all, they're going to basically do exactly what you can do for yourself. All right. All they're gonna do is try to come up with some type of payment arrangement, but y'all can do that on your own. Okay, y'all can do that on your own, and y'all don't have to have a middleman actually getting money. That's all they're trying to do. That's what their whole company is about. Okay, so they're gonna be trying to get money from it, and then somebody in my family, they did debt consolidation and they restarted their stuff twice. And on third time, she said, I'm not doing this. Something about she missed her payment or something like that. And then they restarted it as if she was never paying on it at first. I mean, in the first place. Because she said it's like $5,000 or something like that. I'm like, what? So be careful with that because it's like, well, where did the $5,000 go? She's like, oh, well, since I stopped paying, I missed a payment that one time, and I looked at it and this is what really happened. Okay, and that was Freedom Debt Relief, just as a warning, because I don't feel no type of way about it. Y'all need to know about certain companies. And why do you say not to use debt consolidation companies? For that reason, if companies are out here taking your money, and you can do this stuff yourself. That's why I try to teach y'all how to repair your credit on your own, because at least y'all know exactly what y'all need to do. If when y'all read the book, y'all go through all the steps. When y'all hear other stuff, y'all like, oh no, I already tried these different things. I know what actually works. Same thing with debt consolidation. If y'all ever get in trouble with y'all credit cards, call them up and really talk to them and see what they can do. Some companies may say that they can't do anything for you, and then you just know about that company and how they are. But some companies are going to say, oh, we can do 1% interest for a year. We're not going to close your account, but we're going to freeze your card, and we'll help you in the process so you can be able to pay this off. We'll cut your payment in half, or we'll make you pay a third for the year until you can catch up. They have options out there. It's no point of going to the debt consolidation company for them to talk for you. Y'all just need to open your mouth and ask. Like, ask and you shall receive. That's a real thing. Just ask and see what they can be able to do. And if companies are not able to do something for you, you just know, I'm not going to mess with this company for that long. You just know that in your head how you're going to deal with that company going forward. Okay. Good afternoon, Charlene. Can I consolidate my debt on my own? Yes, I suggest y'all consolidate y'all debt on your own. And if y'all balances are not that high, like you like, okay, Keita, I could technically pay this off in a year. If I put my head down, I can pay this off in a year. If I go ahead and get a second job, I can pay this off in a year. Go ahead and get some 0% APR credit cards. Transfer the balance. Say if you owe $5,000 on a credit card, apply for another one. Say if Discover give you $6,000, transfer that $5,000 to your new Discover credit card, which is $6,000. And then Discover gonna say, oh, you got 15 months to pay this off. We're not gonna charge you any interest within that 15 months. Okay. And it's not 15 months to technically pay it off, but 15 months of 0% APR, no interest for 15 months. I say, okay, you got $5,000 you need to pay. Divide the 5,000 by 14. So 5,000 divided by 14, and then whatever that number is, every single month, pay that. Okay, so by the 14th month, you'll have it paid off. You'll be before the 15-month deadline. Now, if you guys don't pay these companies off within their time with the 0% APR credit cards, this is how I learned about it. If they say they give you 15 months and you pay it off after the 15 months, y'all, they're going to charge you interest as if you never had 0% APR in the first place. Okay, so that $5,000 balance that you transferred in and you failed to pay every penny back, They give you a deadline, by your deadline, your 15-month deadline, then what they're gonna do is they're gonna charge you interest from the beginning, from day one. This is what you would have paid if I didn't offer you 0% APR. So since didn't pay it off, this is what we're gonna charge you. So please make sure that you divide that payment up. Okay, like I said, if you got $5,000, you got 14 months to pay it because it's 15 months, 0% APR, do it in 14 months. They give you 12 months, do it in 11 months. And if y'all had an extra money, pay it off because guess what? As long as you hit that deadline, you had that amount paid off, you guys will be fine. And just make sure after that you're paying a statement balance by the due date. They should never charge you any interest. But I learned this with my Menards card. I learned this the wrong way. Oh, hi. Hi, Robin. I learned this the wrong way with my Menards card, y'all. I didn't know, like, girl, if you don't have this paid off, they finna charge you as if you never had 0% APR. So please make sure that you're paying off your credit cards right away. Like if y'all not paying these things off, they're gonna charge as if you never had 0% APR, and then now you're gonna be back in some type of you're gonna be back in trouble, should I say. You're just gonna be back in trouble. But hi, Robin. What we're talking about now is the Raise Your Credit Score 100 Points in 30 Days. This is the book that we're going over. Today is day 14 where we're talking about consolidating debt. I'm telling everybody do 0% APR credit cards if you can. Okay. And then if you have bigger problems where you like Keita, 0% APR, I can't even get proof of them credit cards and I'm about to not make my minimum payment or I'm struggling, call the company that you're struggling with and tell them to help you out. Say, hey, I'm going through something. I need you to help me out. And I did this before. You tell them, hey, I cannot pay this. Help me out. And some of them can say, okay, we'll give you 1%. 1% interest for 12 months. We'll skip a few payments for you, but the companies that don't want to help you out, that don't want to help you when you're in while you need them, then them the companies where you want to be like stranger danger. After you get your stuff together, you don't even want to deal with them like that. These are the cards that y'all probably going to keep a $0 balance on after y'all get y'all stuff together, after y'all get everything paid down. This is the company that you're going to keep a $0 balance on, but just make sure y'all use every 6 months because y'all know how they are. Okay. But that's what we're talking about today, which is the debt consolidation. Okay. Okay. What's the best way to consolidate debt without hurting my credit? I think that okay, for one thing, we talking about consolidating debt, like without hurting your credit, just making sure you keep your account open, period. You're not gonna hurt your credit. If I'm telling you do 0% APR, y'all know your credit score can go down a little bit from the inquiries. We already talked about how to remove inquiries from your credit reports. All right, we already went over removing inquiries. What day was that we actually went over that? So we talked about removing inquiries. All y'all have to do is just call the bureaus and tell them to remove it. That was day 6. So we did that April 6th. So don't care about no inquiry. And if y'all credit score, if you got a balance on these credit cards, like your credit score, you already at the bottom anyway. So to stop thinking without hurting my credit, because your credit is already hurt right now. You need to do whatever you can do to make your credit score go higher. Stop thinking about the worst come to worst. Start thinking about the best. When you guys do 0% APR credit cards, you get approved for another credit card. That's automatically going to help with y'all utilization. Plus, when y'all transfer the balance on your, say you got that $5,000 credit card, once you transfer the balance to your new credit card, say they gave you the $6,000. Okay, this is the new $6,000. You're not paying any interest on that. So now whatever you were paying before, continue to pay that. They're going to have a different minimum payment for you, but continue to pay that and your credit score should go up. But the best way to do it is just by making sure that you taking action to get your credit score to go higher. That's it. Don't be caring about like inquiries and stuff like that. I told y'all, just call the credit bureaus and tell them to remove the inquiries from your credit reports. Don't be greedy. Tell them 2 or 3 and they'll be able to remove it. And you guys have the book. You guys had a free course to come along with it. Y'all have the numbers. Okay. So don't overthink it. Inquiries is just nothing to even think about. But I think that's the worst coming to worst is just getting that new inquiry. But other than that, you're gonna get a new account. Maybe it's gonna mess with your age a little bit. But guess what? We're talking about utilization, which is 30% of your credit score. If you cannot pay off your credit cards, you have a balance on your credit cards, you getting charged a lot of money in interest, plus your credit score is already at its lowest, probably. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Should I use a personal loan to pay off my debt? Yes, you can use a personal loan, but just be careful because Y'all ever hear people talk about, like, it's a lady I seen on here because I was like, oh, maybe I should do, like, when I go to law school, maybe I should be a bankruptcy attorney or something like that, because I started learning all of these different laws and how much this can help certain people. But she was talking about how a lot of people, they try to do chapter 13 bankruptcy and then they end up just going to chapter 7. A lot of y'all might just say, I'm gonna do a personal loan, but they're charging you interest. You need to get to the point where hopefully you're not paying any type of interest. So all the money that you do have is going to pay off your balance because you're already behind anyway. So I think about people that do like personal loans, they end up just messing up on that. I literally just seen a credit report. I'm not trying to talk about anything, but I seen a credit report where somebody literally got a personal loan and then a few months after that they couldn't keep up with it. They ended up just filing bankruptcy. But I seen where they struggle with their credit cards 30, 60, 90 days later. They got a personal loan. They end up refinancing it, not refinancing, but they did like I guess you could talk about refinancing. They end up paying off their credit cards. And then a few months later, after doing a personal loan, they still couldn't keep up with that. All right. So I say do 0% APR credit cards if you can help it, because at least all of your money will be going towards what you actually owe. You're still not paying any type of interest, but you can do a personal loan. You can do a personal loan, but just understand that interest rate got to be good, because some of y'all may think, oh, I get a personal loan and then you still got 20% interest rate. Like, it's still bad. You get what I'm saying? You're paying a lot of money still. So be careful when it comes down to these personal loans. And can a 0% APR credit card really help me get out of debt? It could, as long as you're helping yourself too. Just getting a 0% APR credit card, y'all, is not going to do it, because I'm going to tell y'all just my personal thing that I did before, and I'm just going to be all the way honest. One time I got a 0% APR credit card and I thought I had more money to spend. I transferred the balance, I did all this stuff that I told y'all to do, but I still spent on it. Okay, that's why I tell y'all, pay that thing off early. Oh, I see that you made a purchase of your book. Thank you so much. I'll make sure. Well, all of my books are TikTok now, so they go to make sure that you get your stuff within 3 days. But I tell y'all, make sure that y'all pay that stuff off as soon as possible. All right. But just getting a 0% APR credit card not gonna get you out of debt. It can help you as long as you're making sure that you pay it off. Because another time when I actually went to a credit union, I said, hey, I got some maxed out credit cards. I need to do something about it. They told me they needed me to close my accounts. I don't suggest y'all closing y'all accounts, but I see why. Because guess what? Say that $5,000 credit card, you actually transferred that balance to a $6,000 credit card, right? Say if you actually transfer that balance, guess what? Now you got $5,000 on your old credit card. You had a $0 balance. You have $5,000 available. So you need to be smart and be like, I'm not going to use this. Okay. So don't think that you got that money to spend, but just be wise. So yes, a 0% APR can help you get out of debt if you're using it wisely. But if you're not, no, it's not. You're going to be thinking you got more money. You're going to think you're balling now, like, oh, I got more money. I forgot if I had this. No, don't use the credit card. You forgot you had the credit card. Continue to forget about it. How do balance transfers actually work? So balance transfers work like this. Let's just stay with this one example we know, with this $5,000 credit card. So say if you got a $5,000, just giving the name, you got a $5,000 Capital One credit card, it's maxed out. You got a $5,000 limit, you got a $5,000 balance, it's maxed out. Say if you go and apply for a Discover. Discover has 0% APR credit cards for 15 months. Okay, they got 0% APR credit cards for 15 months. So what they'll allow you to do is they would Discover. Oh, let me put my thing on charge. But Discover, what they'll allow you to do is, since you got that $6,000 credit card now with Discover, you apply for it, they'll approve you. You got 15 months, 0% APR. What they'll do is they'll pay off your Capital One $5,000 account, and then now you owe them the $5,000. So that's what it is. You just transferring the balance. It's not like you're really saying, "Hey, Capital One, send a balance to Discover." It's not like that. Discover is actually going to pay a check to Capital One and it's going to be paid off. But now, since they gave them a check, you owe them that money now. That's what a balance transfer is. Now, some companies do charge you a fee. Some companies do charge you a fee. So be very, very careful with the fees, because they do charge you fees. And to avoid fees, because after, like, when I told y'all I messed up with I did all this stuff, that was years ago. But now my thing is, with 0% APR credit cards, if there is a balance transfer fee, depending on how much money y'all are spending in general, this is what I like to do because I just have a lot of expenses and stuff in general on my end. So instead of doing like a balance transfer, what I'll do is they got 0% APR on purchases and balance transfers a lot of time. And you got the same amount of time. So instead of paying that 5% fee, because Chase Baby charged me that fee one time when I did a balance transfer, and I was like, I ain't doing this no more. Y'all not gonna charge me no fee. So instead of doing that, what I'll do is I'll put new purchases on that new credit card. And then all of my cash, I'll use that to pay it off. So like say if it was Capital One and Discover again, I got $5,000 credit card. I would make sure that all the cash I have, I would be using that to pay off that $5,000 credit card. And then now I got this new $6,000 Discover credit card that say I got 15 months of 0% APR. I'll put all of my purchases on that. Water, energy, whatever I can spend, whatever I'm going to spend money on in general coming out of my account, I will go ahead and put it on there. To put the car insurance on there. You know, you got the thing where every 6 months you're going to do. I put it all on that one because now I'm not getting charged a fee. And then all of the cash that I was going to use anyway or spend anyway, I'm going to put all of that cash on paying off that Capital One. But that's just because I don't like to pay a balance transfer fee. But you got to think about it. We're talking $5,000. If you don't have like 5,000, or if you can't put them too, you can't put $5,000 of charges on your new credit card. And I mean legit things. Don't just, I want to go out to eat and it's gonna put the no, that don't count. I mean like straight bills, stuff you were gonna spend that you need, your necessities. Okay. If you cannot put that much spend on your new Discover credit card, just do the balance transfer because it's gonna be cheaper compared to how much interest that they're gonna continue to charge you because you didn't do a complete transfer. Okay. But to avoid any type of fees on the balance transfer, like I said, and if I can do 0% APR on purchases, I'll just do new purchases. Okay. And then let me see, Zakia, let me see exactly which one you purchased. I think you said number 2. Oh, so you got the bankruptcy one. So you're gonna do good. If you this is you basically got this one right here, but this is going to be like the bankruptcy one. Okay, so this is the thing. When you're doing this, I teach people, if I don't care if your bankruptcy was discharged or dismissed, it don't matter like at all. I tell people read the bankruptcy one. It's going to be bankruptcy. Read the bankruptcy, and then also do the raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days, which is what we're doing with the number 2. You guys got 2 courses that come along with it. You got the bankruptcy course, and then you're going to also, these right here have a course. So follow these here. Go inside of there and follow them, because you're going to do the raise your credit score. And then as you're going to find, some of them accounts not going to want to be removed from your credit reports. They're going to say that, oh, this account came back verified. If it could come back verified, then sue the company. That's what I would suggest. Okay, but read that bankruptcy one. And I don't care if you guys have like a bankruptcy, y'all can still get your credit scores to go up over the 700s. Okay, y'all can still get it to go up over the 700s within the 6 months. Okay. Y'all just have to make sure that y'all be persistent and y'all follow the same rules. Only thing is, you got a bankruptcy you need to get removed, but you actually got more of an advantage than you may think, because guess what? Your debts were discharged. Hopefully, if it was discharged or dismissed, it really don't matter. But if you got the actual discharge, a lot of them companies not going to be caring, and they're not going to want to update your stuff. But guess what? If they don't want to update the accounts, I would still be suing them, and I'll be getting some money from them. I'll be getting them to delete the accounts, and I'll be getting waiver of debts. Okay. So I'm so excited too. One of my clients got their check today, so I'm so excited. Y'all do not play about this. I had watched a video and they were like, I forgot who it was. I don't even remember his darn name, but Gregory. Dang, what is that man name? I think it was Dick Gregory. I think that's his name. Ooh, please don't. If it's wrong, I'm so sorry. But he passed away. But he was like, sometimes when you be chosen, you can't look back. That's kind of like with suing, y'all. I know that you can get money from suing. I know you can get the deletion, and they're gonna waive the debt as if you don't owe it anymore. Y'all, I cannot look back no more. Like, I only think that now. All of this, we finna pay this company, pay that company. No, I ain't trying to do any of that. So once you all learn these different things, I think that y'all not gonna look back either. But y'all have to literally put y'all blinders on, because what everybody out here doing? Everybody trying to do identity theft to get accounts deleted from their credit reports, and no fault to y'all. Y'all just trying to get the stuff done. Y'all paying for credit sweeps? No, I'm paying for no credit sweeps. You need them accounts in your credit reports, because you can get each company to pay you some money, and they can waive the debt. Credit sweep just gonna delete everything. Okay, so people out here paying for credit sweeps. People out here doing data breaches. I ain't doing none of that. People out here talking to the CFPB, begging them to remove it. I'm not doing none of that, y'all. So I tell y'all, do y'all disputes for 3 months? Keep your head down, do the raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days. If you got to continue to repeat that stuff because you don't got your 4 credit cards yet, you thought 2 was enough. Get your 4 credit cards or 2 installment accounts, do that for 3 months, everything you need to do, and to raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days. If they don't want to delete after 3 months, take them to court. And then make sure that you all have denials. Y'all gonna need these denials. Y'all need denials. And if I was y'all, I would be going to the doctor and telling them how much this is stressing me. Y'all come on here all the time and tell me how much this is stressing y'all. Y'all need to go tell y'all doctor and make sure that they put that in y'all medical records. Okay. And I can't go into details about certain things as to why, but trust me on this. Kind of like if y'all do. I remember when I had my first car accident, the lawyer kept telling me, "Oh, you need to go to physical therapy." Duh, 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 duh. That's just what it is. That's damages. They need to show that yes, you were trying to seek treatment. You were trying to get help. Okay, they just need to make a notation. All right. So yeah, just make sure y'all follow that, and I know y'all gonna be good. And if y'all have any questions, definitely let me know. Okay. All right, so let me see if I kind of probably been ignoring y'all over here. Let me see. I'm so sorry for missing y'all over here. Hey Francis, credit score is evil. It is, but now we know how to use it to our benefit. So let's use it to our benefit. Like y'all need to know how to like play credit. Like that way y'all won't be caring about credit scores like that. If y'all think that credit score is evil or whatnot, that means y'all just have not fully learned how to play the game that's basically being played by other people. That's kind of like I used to think like certain taxes and stuff was evil in a sense, but now you learn having a business, having in your house, having write-offs for this, having write-offs for that, and you go to certain events, you can get write-offs for that, and your travel, you going to certain meals. Once you start learning this stuff, and you could put a certain amount to the side, you can just have write-offs, and people that don't have a business don't have these write-offs. Once you start learning that, you're like, hold on, now I know the game. I'm just gonna play the game. It still can be bad technically to them people that don't know the game or that's not playing it. Same to them people that think that they gonna let stuff stay on their credit reports for 7.5 years. Y'all just need to play the game. And the point that they've given out a check, like I don't know about y'all. When I found out people was getting a check, that anytime they're like, you wait, you get some money, you know. And then you won't have to owe it anyway. So it's like a natural bankruptcy. Y'all just need to learn it and just play it and don't care nothing about these companies. If y'all learn it and do exactly what y'all need to do and don't care about this, and that, and don't overthink anything, I think that y'all gonna be good. Okay. But let's not think about credit as being evil. Just learn how to play it and just play it. Like it is what it is. Y'all just do what y'all need to do and take advantage of it. So let me see. Can I really help me Oh, what credit score do I need for a 0% APR credit card? It's going to depend on the company, honestly. The best thing I can tell you to do is just apply. Some of these companies can pre-qualify you, like Discover. They can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. So ask them, go ahead and apply for it. Then they'll tell you what they don't like or what they do like. Now, when you guys are trying to do like if you're trying to get approved for another credit card, try to fix as much as you can first. I tell y'all, if y'all got more than 5 inquiries, remove those additional inquiries. I mean, per bureau. TransUnion, do you got more than 5 inquiries? Okay, remove those extra. Experian, more than 5, remove those. Okay. If you guys have any negative accounts, start doing your disputes. But if I were you all, because I had to do this before. That's why I continue to pre-qualify for different accounts. If I want it, I'm going to continue to pre-qualify for it every single month until you give it to me. Okay. I have to do that with multiple accounts that maybe I didn't think I can get. And I learned to do this because y'all just never know. We can pre-qualify for credit cards without a hard inquiry. When I first started learning about credit cards, y'all, we got a hard inquiry immediately. Now you can pre-qualify, so they're gonna tell you yes or no without a hard inquiry. And now I just start doing stuff because I always been like scary in a sense. I know y'all probably don't probably look at me like that, but I always been scary in a sense. Like, I don't know, they may say no, da, da, da. Like, no, I don't do that no more. I'm finna do it. Y'all finna tell me yes or no, and then I'll be back next month. That's kind of how I am in general. And I try to do that with everything, but y'all need to be delusional with the lawsuits too. Y'all got to think about it. I'm telling y'all to go ask these companies for $10,000 and you owe them some money. But when they give y'all that money, y'all can be like, okay, next time I'm just going to continue to ask. They gave me the money. Shoot, I didn't even know they was going to do it. You got to just continue to ask. So when it come down to the 0% APR credit cards, just continue to pre-qualify for them. But if they give you a denial, see why they're denying you and see if you can fix that. If they said that they don't like the balance on your credit cards, then it just is what it is. Like, you trying to get 0% APR credit cards. So like, what are you going to do about that? And then don't fall in love with certain companies. Say if y'all pre-qualify for Discover, they tell you no, and you're like, dang, I really want that Discover. There's other credit cards out there that can pre-qualify you. Give them a chance. Okay. And make sure you guys get them a chance. And then I'm going to make more videos. Y'all going to see them come out. I'm going to make more videos on these credit cards because y'all just need to know about other credit cards. Okay. Y'all need to stop falling in love with these credit cards. Y'all just need to know about other credit cards that's out there, and y'all need to just give them all a chance. So to put the proper way to put the green certified tab on the envelope, all you when you guys go to um when you guys go to the post office, I got this here so y'all can't really see it. When y'all go to the post office, just have y'all stuff just like this, just like this. Just have it all filled out here and just give them the whole thing just like this and say, hey, I need the mail list. And let them put that green tab on there. These companies, some of these post office, every post office do it different. Some post office, this is the back of the envelope because I got something on the front. But some post office, they like to put the tab right here. Some like to put the tab here. Some like to put it over here on this side. Y'all don't play the guessing game with them. When y'all fill it out, just give it to them just like this. Hey, I need to mail all these certified. So what I would do is I would have this, say if this was just one, because it's is actually a paper clip on there. Say if that's just one, I'll make sure that I fill out this certified receipt for that one and I'll leave it right here. Y'all gonna have 3 bureaus, right? Say if y'all had a second one, put the letter, the envelope that you're trying to send out, and then you want to get your certified receipt, fill that out and put it on here. They have all 3 of them, then you hand it to them just like this. And then what they gonna do is they gonna take this and do what they need to do because they got to put this stuff in the machine. They gonna put this tab where they want to put it at. Don't overthink it. Let them do their job. They'll put that tab exactly where they want to put it. Don't even think about putting it anywhere. If y'all probably seen me putting tabs and stuff, that's just because my post office know me and I'm just gonna hurry up and try to get them get it done. I asked them, hey, where y'all want it at? But I had went to where my PO box at, and they like, hey, listen, we don't like to put it here. And I'm like, dude, it's just y'all the same thing. But it is what it is. So I just give it to them. Like if I'm gonna go somewhere other than my post office, I just give it to them. But that's how it's supposed to be. Don't That's really their job. You're very, very welcome. Let them put the tab or wherever they want to put that certified receipt, put it wherever they want to put it. But one thing I can tell y'all, which I love that I did it because my post office lady was like, that's genius. I like to take this off of here. If y'all do, because they don't need this, y'all. They do not need this. I like to take this off of here. So when y'all do y'all letters, say if y'all do y'all letters and y'all keeping notes in y'all workbook, can y'all see this tracking number? Since I took this off, I'm not gonna use nothing, throw this receipt in the garbage. But I got I keep a full stack of these certified receipts because I send out so many of them. But I take this small little tracking number off the top of it, and then like when y'all keeping notes in y'all book, say if y'all got y'all workbook and y'all keeping notes inside of here and y'all like, oh, this is my round 1 letter to TransUnion, y'all can actually just stick that on there. But now you have the tracking number. You don't have to write it. You have it. Okay, so I like to take this thing off and I like to keep it. So y'all can keep this little piece because they're not gonna need it. Okay, so y'all can just keep this little piece and put it wherever you're gonna put it at. But I like to just keep this little thing so I can automatically have the tracking. But I can tell you that. Like, just focus on that because they don't care nothing about this thing. Only time they care about this is this piece right here is if you requesting a signature. If you're requesting a signature, that's when they're going to have this on that green slip. I hope I don't have no. I don't care about getting a signature, y'all. I don't tell y'all to get signatures. Y'all can just do regular certified mail. Y'all don't have to do with return receipt and all that stuff. Y'all can just look up y'all tracking number, but you can't take this off. So take this off, and then the rest of it, you just give them their certified thing. Just say, hey, go ahead and do my certified letters and let them put that thing wherever they want to put it at. As long as it's going to get processed, I wouldn't care too much about it. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's see. Is debt consolidation bad for your credit? It depends. It really depends. I think debt consolidation can be bad for your credit if you got a company out here doing debt consolidation for you instead of you trying to do it for yourself. And when I say it can be bad for your credit is, listen, This is I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. If y'all know y'all can't pay an account, all right, you can't pay it. Who cares? Like it is what it is. We have certain laws, certain rules, certain things that you can and can't do. Y'all got bankruptcy for a reason. I'm not saying y'all file bankruptcy, but if you can't pay it, all right, push trying to shove you gotta file bankruptcy. Who cares? But what if you like, I'm not gonna file bankruptcy, Keita? Y'all literally can sue these companies while y'all up here trying to do debt consolidation. You can find the errors that's on your credit reports, dispute these accounts, and if they don't delete the account from your credit reports, you can sue them. Forget a debt consolidation, because when you sue them, you can get them to waive the full debt. You know how we talk about this Capital One $5,000 account? We've been talking about this all day as this example. Say if you had a $5,000 Capital One account. Now, this is not, I'm just giving y'all an example. Say if you sue Capital One, you could say, hey, Capital One, part of my settlement from me suing you, because they're going to want to know, hey, what do you want, Keita? You sued us. What do you want? Tell them, hey, I want you to waive this $5,000. I want you to delete this from my credit reports. Okay, so it could hurt you if you go the debt consolidation way, because what if you fall off with them? What if you don't pay that off all the way? Now you're re-aging debts. Do y'all understand that y'all can have collection companies you're not even talking to, but now once you get them a payment, y'all re-aging the debt, meaning it can stay on your credit reports now for 7.5 years from the last date of payment. Okay, instead of just going and suing the companies and getting that thing deleted from your credit report, and now you got that waiver of debt. So the biggest thing I think that debt consolidation can do in hurting you is if you don't finish paying that thing off and you think you're just going to walk away from it, you didn't re-age your debt. And don't forget too, your last date of activity, that's going to determine the statute of limitations, how long they have to sue you. Some of these companies can't even sue you in the first place because you're outside the statute of limitations. Okay, so once you're outside that statute of limitations, they can't sue you. But once you do debt consolidation, now you going back saying you're going to pay on it. Okay, and once you start making any type of payments towards it, they like, okay, good. Once you mess up, I'm going to sue you. Kind of like what we say, okay, good. Once you fail to delete this account, once you fail to give me the proper validation, I'm going to sue you. That's kind of like, what we say about them. They like, hey, once you stop paying, I'm going to sue you. It's like a back and forth thing that y'all can basically do. But just make sure that if you're going to do debt consolidation, try to do that on your own. Don't try to go to a company. Don't have them do it. Okay, do it on your own. But I just do not like the debt consolidation. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. I just think that there's other ways around that, especially if you're going to go with a company. What's better, a loan or a balance transfer? A balance transfer can be better because you got 0% APR. A lot of times you're doing a balance transfer, you should be transferring a balance to a 0% APR. Credit card alone, they have a certain amount of percentage. Maybe they're going to say, hey, we'll give you, 15%. That's not better than 0% APR. Not at all. So, it depends on what interest rate they're going to give you. Can I combine all of my credit cards into one payment? You technically can do that if you were to like get a personal loan and you was to pay off. We talked about the loan. If you was to get a personal loan, you was to pay off those credit cards, then you technically can combine all of those credit cards into one payment because now you're paying a loan. But you also can do that with a 0% APR credit card. If you got a big enough balance, when you get approved for a 0% APR credit card, you could transfer the balance to multiple credit cards onto that new credit card. And now you can just pay that one credit card. But what I suggest is, say if you did have 4 credit cards you was paying and now you transfer the balance to your new credit card, act like you're still paying those 4 credit cards, add up all those minimum payments, pay that plus more. Okay, don't think, oh, I was paying at least, $300 minimum when I paid all of these credit cards, when I was paying 4 credit cards, but now my new 0% APR credit cards only want me to pay $90 per month. Continue to pay your $300 per month because you want to make sure you pay that thing off ASAP. 0% APR credit cards could be a trap though, y'all. They could be a trap if you do not pay off your 0% APR credit card before your time is up. So if they say they give you 15 months, if you don't have that thing paid off in 15 months, they're going to charge you interest as if you never had 0% APR. And you look at that minimum payment, be like, oh, this is good. I got a lower payment. No, no, no. Don't think of it that way. When you do 0% APR, you need to pay that thing off ASAP, or they're going to charge you interest as if you never did it. Okay, so it's like you did that for nothing. You got a new credit card, yeah, but still, they're going to charge you interest as if you never, ever had 0% APR. How do I qualify for a consolidation loan? A lot of times you just need to have a credit score for it. That's it. You need to have your credit score correct. It's sometimes too they want to see you don't have like negative accounts in your credit report. So I would suggest if you try to get like a consolidation loan, but you just have so much debt, try to if you got anything negative, try to remove your negative accounts. See if there's any way you can pay down some of the credit cards you have because utilization is a big factor. Try to see if you can pay down any of your credit cards you have now to get your credit score to go up. See if you got some additional inquiries you can remove. But you need to try to get points from wherever you can get it, basically, so you can get your credit score higher so that you can qualify for a consolidation loan. But some of them can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. What if my credit isn't good enough yet? If your credit isn't good enough to do like 0% APR credit cards or like to do any type of consolidation, continue to apply every single month, but work to get your credit score to go higher. When we're doing to raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days, y'all, some of y'all can't do consolidation right now, but you're like, dude, this sound good. I wish I can get a 0% APR credit card. Does anybody feeling like that? Like, I wish I can do that, but Keita, I can't get approved right now. Like, what am I going to do? So when you're doing a raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days, you can fix everything else but your utilization at the time. And that can bring your credit score high enough to qualify you for a 0% APR credit card. Okay. But, if your credit is not good enough, make it good enough. Like literally, it's certain things that you can do to make it good enough. Just make sure that you're looking at the other things that's affecting your credit and fix that. Okay. Should I pay off small credit cards first or consolidate everything? This is your personal preference, because you don't even have to pay off certain credit cards. Say if you do 0% APR, you was like, I'm gonna consolidate this, I'm gonna just basically get like a 0% APR credit card, and you could transfer whatever balances you want to that 0% APR credit cards, and you can just slowly pay off your smaller ones, but I think there's gonna be a personal preference on what you want to do. Okay, this is basically going to be a personal preference. Why do debt consolidation companies charge so much? Because they need to make money and they need to make it soon because y'all going to probably fall off. I realize in my industry, I deal with a lot of people that have bad credit, meaning you don't pay your bills. So, like, say if people were to be in my membership, like you're dealing with people that don't pay their bills. Of course, some of them gonna fall off and not pay your membership. It just is what it is. It's the same thing with debt consolidation. They know that y'all have a high chance. Oh my gosh, I'm a 1%, y'all. They know they got a high chance of y'all not paying y'all bills. Okay. And they already gave me a 10% warning. And do y'all think I listen? See, that's a perfect example right there. They know you're gonna fall off. They know you're gonna fall off. So that's why they're trying to get their money as soon as possible. Plus, we're talking about they're thinking, oh, we're helping you a lot with your debt. That extra money should be coming to us. Okay, that's kind of like, with doing the lawsuits and stuff like that. Y'all do the lawsuits the way I'm telling y'all. Of course, y'all should pay more for the information because we talking about at least, $12,000. We're talking a lot of money. We're talking waiver of debts. We're talking about a lot of benefits. So of course, you're not gonna just get it for $100. You need to pay more for certain information. Of course, it's the same thing with that. Can I get out of debt faster without a company? Yeah, you can get out of debt faster on your own. If y'all really think about being debt free, y'all need Dave Ramsey. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all need Dave Ramsey. Y'all need to follow him because I do. I follow him. Okay. I follow a lot of things that he talk about in terms of like the baby steps, putting money to the side, paying off debt. I listened to Dave Ramsey and was able to pay off my car in less than 2 years. I had my car for about a year and I'm like, this is just something gotta shake. I am tired of paying this payment already. It's only been a year. And then I started listening to Dave Ramsey, following his steps. And when I tell you I paid off my credit fast, my car fast, y'all can do the same thing. But if y'all talking about debt, paying off debt, y'all need Dave Ramsey. Okay. If y'all haven't looked him up, y'all need to look him up. All right. Hey, Ray, how are you doing today? What mistakes should I avoid with consolidating debt? Just thinking that you consolidating debt and you actually going to a higher interest rate. And then another thing that you can avoid too when consolidating debt by going to a company and trying to have them do it, y'all can consolidate y'all debt on your own. Okay. Y'all could just consolidate y'all debt on your own. Can you tell me about product 3, please? Let me see. Oh, that's the new identity theft book. The identity theft book, um, I have a copy of it right here. Let me show you. Yeah, so this is a new identity theft book. So if people have identity theft, don't do this though. If y'all don't have identity theft, go the other way. Don't think, oh, you're gonna get your stuff deleted. This is a new identity theft book. If you guys have identity theft, this is the book I tell people to use. They also come with a free course because you need the letters and stuff like that to remove the identity theft. But if y'all got identity theft on y'all credit reports, then usually when you do that letter, they're supposed to delete those accounts within 5 days and permanently block that information. So if people have identity theft, this is the book I tell them to read, know the steps, and then actually take the steps to remove the identity theft. But I also, like I said, I have a free course that come along with this. But I think that's the best part about this. Send y'all letters in if y'all have identity theft. And if they don't delete it, y'all sue them. And identity theft is some huge cases. But y'all know I told y'all about these lawyers. They basically finna take y'all money. Identity theft, I really wanted y'all to go to a lawyer, but it depends on how much money a lawyer finna give y'all. Y'all might want to do your own case. Still, like y'all may have to backtrack that. Like y'all may want to do your own case. But lawyers love identity theft cases. So if you got identity theft, do some disputes. They should remove those accounts within 5 days. Okay, that's what identity theft is. A lot of stuff that people do where they want to get the accounts deleted. Maybe y'all went to somebody in the back alley or something like that. Not really, but you know what I mean. And y'all was like, "Oh, can you help me with my credit?" They be like, "I'm gonna get this stuff deleted. You know, give me 5 days. Da, 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 give me this time." People got in trouble for this. What they're doing is they're doing an FCC affidavit, they're doing a police report, and they're doing a dispute saying it's identity theft. And those accounts are coming off. But guess what, y'all? Y'all can get in trouble for this. I say, why do that when you can sue the company and get money from them, get them to delete the account, and then get them to waive the debt? Y'all can get more results by just doing it the other way. Now, identity theft can be good for those people that actually have identity theft, but still at the same time, don't mess around with it. If you ain't got identity theft, just leave it at where it's at. Like, don't mess with it. What is an example of a letter of what you should say to the original predator predator in your first rounds of disputes? So Jerry, listen to this. Don't even worry about what you saying to them. You just basically your first letter, you can just simply say, "Hey, I see some accounts on my credit reports. I see some errors. These are the errors. Can you fix or delete the account?" Simple as that. You ain't even got to state any laws or anything like that. Like, you don't have to state any type of laws at all. You can just say, "Hey, I see some errors on here." Now, where it's going to get juicy as your second letter. Your second letter is going to be, "Hey, I see that you verified the account. Can you please send me the documentation?" Because this is the biggest problem, Jerry. They're not going to send you documents. Nobody going to probably send you documents. And then whatever company it is, maybe it's the original creditor, maybe it's the collection company. Then that's with that letter, then you want to go into details and ask them for documents. If it's a collection company, you definitely want to ask them for validation of this debt, things like that. But the first round, when you say first round too, that needs to only go to the bureaus. Don't send nothing to these companies. Your second round, and I kind of like to separate that. Like, the first round, the companies just get missed, but second round, you want to send one to the bureau, and then one to your original creditor, and one to your collection company. And then your third round is just, "Hey, I'm gonna sue you because you give me no documents. It still errors on my credit reports. These are the errors. You still didn't fix it. I'm about to sue you in 15 days. You better delete this and give me some money, or you'll see me at court." But a lot of times they're not gonna settle. You're gonna really see them in court. But yeah, that's exactly what you will be saying to them. Will consolidating my debt lower my monthly payments? It could lower your monthly payments, y'all. And the reason I say could is because we should not have that kind of mindset sometimes. When we're consolidating our debt, y'all want to try to, especially if y'all doing 0% APR, y'all want to have these things paid off as soon as possible because it can backfire on you. You're still paying a lot of money in interest. You need to try to get out of that fully. That's why right now, I wanted to quit just talking about credit, honestly. Um, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna quit talking about credit because you still need to have. You don't technically need a certain underwriting. You can do certain like underwriting and stuff like that if you don't have credit to buy a house. But like it's easier just to have credit. So I still want to teach you guys get your 4 credit cards, 2 installment accounts, and just use your credit cards every 6 months so that they don't close due to inactivity. Maybe y'all have a credit card that y'all just rotating, or whatever. But I want y'all to not have debt. Like, don't just Get credit cards. Don't just max them out. Don't just be using them. Okay. And if y'all wants to get debt, get rid of the debt. So yes, consolidating can lower your monthly payments, but just be careful with that because if you're doing 0% APR credit cards, you want to make sure that you have that paid off ASAP. Can I consolidate collections too? Oh, they didn't like what I said. I don't know exactly what that means. Okay. Okay, so can I consolidate collections too? Yes, you can consolidate collections in a sense. When I say consolidate, y'all sue these companies. Like sue them. You consolidated all right. Because if y'all sue the collection companies, y'all, they're gonna be waiving a debt. They're gonna tell you no longer owe them. So whatever it is, if it was $4,000, whatever it is, a lot of time they can just waive the debt and they'll give you some money. So that's the consolidation y'all need. Don't be thinking about consolidating no collections. No, some people be going to like these little debt companies and seeing if that's gonna help them. And y'all don't do that. Don't go to them. Don't be consolidating that. Y'all know how y'all do like freedom debt relief for some of these companies, and y'all just try to push all of y'all accounts in there, go through your whole credit report, and they come up with a plan for all of your accounts. The collections definitely don't need to be included in that. Collection on my credit report anytime y'all I'm suing, period. So I make that very clear. Like, but y'all already know that. Last times I had collections on my credit reports, I sued. Period. I sued, and I have settlements with them. So that's how I think about collections. Do not think y'all finna settle with these companies. I think y'all should settle or think about consolidating y'all. If y'all think about consolidating y'all collections, sue them on the other end. Okay. Put a lawsuit in on them, and then y'all talk on the other end about settlement, about getting rid of the debt. How long does it take to pay off debt after consolidating? It depends on how much money you have and how fast you're trying to do it, but that's up to you. You can get a lump sum of money in 3 months and you can just pay off all your debt and all your consolidating is done. You could just pay it off, you know? And what's the fastest way to get approved for a 0% card? It's just by having your credit score up as high as you can. Anything negative that you have in your credit report, be doing active disputes to get that stuff removed. Okay, if you can pay down some of your credit cards because utilization can affect you so much, then that can help you out a lot also. Can I transfer balances more than once? Yeah, you could transfer more than once, but sometimes y'all gotta understand that 0% APR is only gonna be for um a certain amount of time that you have your account. And then also they only allow you to do balance transfers. Sometimes you get a new account within a certain period too. They may say, hey, you got 6 weeks, you got a month to do a balance transfer. After that, they're going to charge you regular fees, or they're not going to allow you to have like 0% APR. So you could do multiple balance transfers, sure, but I just don't think y'all should be doing balance transfers are if you guys don't have that 0% APR. I just don't see why you would do that. What happens when the 0% APR period ends? Hopefully you have it paid off. If you do not have your account paid off, your 0% APR credit card paid off within the time of that 0% APR period, say if they give you 15 months, if you don't have it paid off within that time, y'all, they're going to charge you interest as if you never had 0% APR in the first place. Okay, so after it ends, y'all just got a regular credit card. For example, you got approved for a $6,000 credit card. You transfer a $5,000 balance. Say if you paid it off within the 15 months that they give you, right? You have it paid off. You just now got a $6,000 credit card that's paid off on your credit report. Cool, perfect, fine. But say if you do not pay it off, y'all, they're gonna charge you interest as if whatever you would have had paid for that 15 months in interest from holding a $5,000 balance on that credit card, they're gonna charge you that interest. They're gonna backdate it. Now you're gonna be like, hold on, how I go from owing 5,000 now owe 7,000, whatever it's gonna be. That's because you didn't have it paid off. Should I close my cards after consolidating? No, don't do this. When I went to a credit union and they was able to do like balance transfers and help me, I had like multiple little credit cards with balances. They told me they wanted me to close those accounts, but I just did it naive, didn't know nothing. This is like my first time even doing a balance transfer. Okay, so I didn't know anything about it, but my credit score did go down because I had these closed accounts. But they only did that because a lot of times when you transfer the balance, now you think, oh, these other credit cards I got, they got a $0 balance. Some people think to spend that. I told y'all it happened to me one time. I thought, oh, let me spend this money over here. But y'all don't want to do that. So I don't think that y'all should close them. Just make sure that y'all keep them open and make sure y'all use them every 6 months. Y'all focus on don't spend no extra money. If y'all do any type of consolidating or like 0% API credit cards, y'all need to put all of y'all money towards that new credit card that y'all have. Okay, you put all y'all money towards that new credit card that y'all had that y'all did that 0% APR on so y'all can pay that down ASAP. Um, will this help with my utilization right away? When y'all get approved for another credit card, and say that example, that $6,000 credit card, what if you only had $10,000 worth of credit, but you get approved for a $6,000 credit card? So now like you got $16,000 in limits. Of course, your credit score is gonna go up. Anytime you get approved for a new credit card and you don't have a balance on it, that's gonna help with your utilization. When they look at your overall utilization should go down. Okay. And then when you transfer the balance, you ain't doing nothing but just transferring the balance. It's not like you adding any additional charges on your credit cards. Your credit score should continue to go up and up and up as you paying down your balance. But it should help with your utilization right away. One of the biggest thing I tell y'all too, if y'all can't do 0% APR credit cards and y'all got a utilization problem, then what you need to do is try to see if you can get approved for some of those easier credit cards like Care Credit, Lowe's, Home Depot, Alpheon. Try to get approved for some of those easier credit cards, because if you get approved for easier credit cards, and say if they give you these credit cards usually give like a high limit. What if they approve you for, $10,000? Of course you don't want to use like a Alpheon card, which is mainly for like cosmetic surgery and stuff like that, right? Of course, you don't want to use it, but that's fine, because now you have a $10,000 credit card on your credit report that's going to help with your utilization. So once that's added to your credit reports, your credit score is probably going to go up a lot. Then try to see at that point, can you do 0% APR? Okay, try to see if you can get a 0% APR credit card, because now your credit score is higher. You may be able to get approved. Can I save money on interest by doing this? Yes, that's the biggest thing why you're doing 0% APR credit cards, is to save money on interest. That's like the biggest reasons why you're doing it. What if I max out the new card after transferring? So if you max out your new card after transferring, that's fine. Okay, because you should have a certain amount of time that you have to pay on it. Again, for example, Discover, you got 15% APR credit card. Say if you got a $5,000 credit card with Capital One, and then you got a new one. And let's not say it's 6,000, it was only 5,000. You transfer that full 5,000 over there to Discover. Of course, it's gonna be maxed out, but that don't even matter, because they're not going to charge you interest for the 15 months. All right. So all you got to do is just work on paying that balance down as much as you can. Okay. The problem is that the card that you once had, that example, the Capital One credit card, if you got that Capital One credit card, you transfer the $5,000 to Discover. If you go back, because your utilization gonna be cool, it's just an even thing, and then plus you got this new credit card, so your credit score should go up. But if you go back and max out that $5,000 Capital One credit card after you transfer, your credit is going to be shot like so bad. And the reason why it's going to be so bad is because it's going to go down so much, because your utilization is going to be worse than what it was, because now you got just say you got two maxed out credit cards now. Okay. And you got $10,000 compared to you only have $5,000 maxed out. All right. So just be careful with that. Is it risky to move all my debts to one place? Um, I don't know about that one. I wouldn't say it's gonna be risky to move all your debts to one place. I don't know. It's risky having the debt. Like, I wouldn't say anything about like moving it to one place. And when it come down to debt, y'all tell y'all, like, do y'all disputes, get that stuff removed from y'all credit reports. And if they refuse to remove it, take them to court and sue them. Like, that's one place you can have them in court. That's what I would do. Just have them in court. The smartest way to become debt free what's the smartest way to become debt free using this method? Okay, the smartest way is this. Hi, Amanda. If you know you have credit cards that is maxed out right now or you can't pay them, the smartest thing is to do a balance transfer to a 0% APR credit card. I'm talking about open credit cards, not them closed ones that's already been charged off. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that y'all have open. Go ahead and do a 0% APR balance transfer. If y'all got to get a second job, y'all should definitely cut back on y'all expenses, whatever it is, you know. stop all the eating out or doing the other stuff and just pay off the new 0% APR credit card. That would be the fastest way to become debt free when y'all talking 0% APR credit cards, because once you transfer that balance, y'all need to pay off that credit card ASAP. If they give you 15 months, I tell y'all, hey, if it's $5,000 you transferred, do 5,000 divided by 14 and then pay that every single month. If you got extra money, put that extra money on paying it off even faster. Okay. But that's how you're going to become debt free. The fastest way to become debt free, y'all, is just paying them. All right. And then two, say if y'all do 0% APR credit cards, right? What if you transfer that $5,000 debt? What if you have some collections on your credit reports? What if you disputed them for 3 months? What if they don't delete it? Take them to court. Because after your lawsuit, hopefully if y'all follow what I teach y'all should be getting some money from them, at least $3,000 per company. Y'all should be getting a waiver of debt so you no longer owe these collections, because we ain't finna think about paying no collections. Okay, y'all should be getting a waiver of debt and y'all should be getting these things deleted. So y'all credit score should be going up off of the deletions. And when you get that check from someone, take that check and pay off your 0% APR credit cards. But that's gonna be the fastest way. Somebody on here, or somebody had asked me earlier this morning, I was juicing this morning and I got a message and they was like, hey, I got this car. And the first thing I asked them, you got any other, because it was a repo, like, you got any other accounts on your credit reports, especially collections, because I'm like, that's an easy lawsuit. Y'all sue them, take that money, and then do something positive with it. Okay, take that money that y'all get from suing them and the credit bills, and y'all can use that money to pay off y'all 0% APR credit cards, or just use that money to pay off y'all credit cards in general that y'all want to keep and y'all want to hold a balance on. Okay. Thank you so much, Amanda. But that's really all my questions, y'all. So let me know if y'all have any questions for me on y'all end. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. It's important. It's important. All right, 1 second, y'all. This is not acceptable. Um, Great, y'all. All right, I have to answer that. How do you sue concerning collections? I'm glad you asked, Robin. That's exactly what I had to take this time to do. Hey, Marvia, did Esther reach out to you about your report? How do you? Okay, so let me do this first, y'all. Um, okay, hold on 1 second, y'all. I gotta make sure I answer this. Y'all, when y'all um when y'all do y'all lawsuits and y'all going back and forth with companies, y'all have to make sure y'all stand firm, because they do not, whatever, let me repeat this. They do not want to give up money. But if you stand firm and it take an extra week or 2, 3 weeks going back and forth in negotiations, let it, let it. Because you got to think about it. One of us have to deal. One of us, something gonna have to deal, like something's gonna have to shake, because y'all gonna give us some money. And that's why I say, if y'all feel like if y'all start doing y'all lawsuits, and I'm gonna answer about the collections, but this is gonna be important. If y'all doing y'all lawsuits, and y'all feel like scared, at least go for the 3,000. Like push for the 3,000 no matter what. Like period. I suggest y'all get more than that. But if y'all like Keita, I already been going back and forth for 2 months and I'm just tired of it. Y'all may get tired of it, whatever, at least make sure it's $3,000 minimum. Like, I don't care how tired you're getting, you're leaving money on the table. Think of this as a job and tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna go for this extra because they go, okay, you're gonna give 1,000 or whatever. Um, that's not gonna be enough. Say, you know what, I at least need to go for 3,000. I get this extra 2,000. It's gonna be good because I can pay this off my credit card. I can do this or I can do that. Y'all, please stand firm. Okay. All right, so let's see. All right, so let me go back to that one about the collections. Okay, how do you sue concerning collections? So let me just talk about the basics, and I don't want to talk too much about it because y'all, it's simpler. I'm telling y'all, it's very simple. Okay, so the thing is this: when it comes down to collections, if collections are on your credit report, they have to be 100% correct. They have to be 100% complete. A lot of the collections that you see on your credit report, they have the last data activity, which I teach about. We already went over that. I think on like day 3, it is. A lot of the collections on your credit reports, their last data activity is incorrect. They're re-aging your debts, or sometimes they can't show you like validation of the debt either. So let me give you an example. If you see a collection of your credit reports, you need to do 3 months of disputes. Okay, you need to make sure that you're doing 3 months of disputes total. So your first month, you want to send a letter to the credit bureaus and you want to tell them, hey, I see some accounts on my credit reports. Can you please look at them, or remove my credit reports? I have the letters. Y'all have it available in y'all free course. Okay, y'all just send out the first letter. All right. The account don't get deleted. I say don't delete the collection. The second month, you want to send a letter to the credit bureau, and then you want to send a letter to the collection company. Okay, the collection company, you basically want to ask them for a lot of documents. Hey, how you gonna tell the credit bureaus that this is right, this is valid? It's basically what the letter say. Send me all these documents because I need to see it for myself because I don't know what you're talking about. That's basically what the letter say. Okay, and then they're gonna continue to verify the debt most likely because this is just what they do, y'all. All right. A lot of time you can't have a lawsuit if they delete it. Like if they delete it, then we ain't got no lawsuit. But if they don't delete it, then we possibly got a lawsuit. That third month, you gotta give them 30 days. So you gotta send everything certified mail. Okay, send everything certified mail. You look at this tracking number on here, and then you track it. You want to see, okay, did they delete it or not? They got to this day. If they don't delete it by then you want to send that last letter like, hey, I'm gonna take out of court. Y'all doing too much. When I take y'all to court, y'all, I'm gonna ask for a lot of money. But right now, before I take you to court, I would accept, tell them $10,000. I'll accept you deleting the account from the credit report. And then two, this collection you sent, I owe you, $4,000, $5,000. I need you to waive this. Say I don't owe it no more. Send me over the contract so I can sign it, or let's go ahead and talk settlement terms. If I don't hear from you, I'm gonna sue you. Okay, so that's how you can even get into even thinking about having a case. You got to send 3 months of letters, basically. All right. And don't overthink this. You have to find errors that's on your collections, but I teach all this. But y'all can do this with y'all original companies too, your original creditors. Y'all have repossessions, y'all have charge offs. Y'all can put the same stuff, the same accounts in the same letter. Y'all can sue all of them too. I'm not trying to be your lawyer. I'm not trying to give y'all legal advice. I'm just talking about stuff that I have personally done. Y'all know I sued my creditors and had over $40,000 worth of debt that I did not have to pay. I sued them. I couldn't pay it. They had errors on there. It is what it is. I knew the law. They knew the law too. So, I end up winning with that. But when you go to court, when you talk about suing them, a lot of times they're gonna try to settle with y'all right away, but they're gonna try to lowball you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, we just delete the debt," and they're gonna be like, "Oh, no, we'll delete it and waive it." This may be emails y'all having going back and forth, back and forth. The first emails, "Oh, you see, you got your lawsuit. Are you willing to, we'll delete the debt if you throw out the lawsuit." Oh, no, 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 no. I need some money and I need a waiver of debt with that deletion. And then, you're gonna send that within the email, then they're gonna come back and, "Oh, we can't pay you money, but we can waive it. Yeah, that $5,000 you owe, we'll waive that, okay, and we'll delete it." You gotta go. I've been doing this court stuff all this time. You haven't had this on my credit report. I need some money. Y'all need to pay some money. Then they may come back with another one saying, "Oh, we can't do it." we're not going to do it. All right. If they say that, fine. Continue to go on with the case. Start asking them for documents inside the case. Do motion to compels if they don't want to give you these documents. Okay. Because that's what's going to get them settlements coming. That's when they're going to come back and say, you know what? Just for the sake of the case, it's taking a long time. And I know how you said your credit was getting hurt by this. We'll give you $1,000. Say, no, no, no. I need so and so, and keep the number high. You can start off with 10, you can start with 15, 20, 30, whatever. Keep the number high. If they want to come in and send just deletion, maybe you start off at 25,000. And they say, oh no, we already can delete it. Okay, so I can drop it down to 21,000 with deletion and waiver. And then they're gonna say, oh no, we already can do a waiver. You come back and say, oh no, I can give you, I want 19,000. And then they're gonna say, oh, we can we can do deletion waiver in 1,000. And then you say, I can't do that. I can do 17,000. Then they're going to come back and maybe they'll go up to 2,000. It's literally a back and forth thing, and it's a back and forth thing with emails. That's it. All right, that's all this whole thing is. All right, but until you do a lawsuit, these companies don't care. So hopefully that tells you how you can actually do it. If it's milling, I said that you can technically fight them, but it may I don't know. I don't want to say it's too late. I just say fight them and find out how late it is, and then today send out some dispute letters about that account if it's already on your credit reports. So if you were to get a judgment against them, don't even trip. Say if you fight them as much as you can, try to hold them off as much as you can. Double back, do your disputes ASAP. Do that now, because if you get a judgment, you can always double back and sue them. And now you want money from them. And depending on how much that debt is, you asking for at least the $3,000, and you asking for the waiver of debt. So they're gonna be like, okay, you know what? We'll go ahead and settle with you. Now, this is the thing, because I haven't done this yet. Say if you already had that judgment with them, I wouldn't even bring that up in the settlement. Like if you talking to them through email, they probably didn't even look up the case, y'all. If they don't know nothing about you got a judgment or whatever, I wouldn't even talk to them about that. I'll get them to settle for waiver, deletion, and a check. That's what I would do. And once you get that waiver, deletion, and a check, I would take that to the judge. I wouldn't even be like, oh, that judgment that we have that you got against me, I want that gone. I wouldn't even be talking about that. I would act like I don't even know I got it. Even though you went to court, I wouldn't be talking to this new lawyer about it, because you're gonna have a whole new lawyer. Um, but I wouldn't even bring that up. I'll just make sure once you get that waiver debt, you got your settlement agreement, I'll get that filed with the courts. Okay. And I'll make sure I have some type of language in there, because about the settlement. I'm not trying to be our lawyer. I'm not trying to get legal advice. I'm just talking about what I would do. I will make sure I have some type of language in there that I can share this with other courts if need be. They have someone come out and serve the paperwork. Yeah, they usually just have you serve, because guess what? When you sue them, you're gonna do the same thing. You gotta have them served. You don't have their company served. So yeah, once you get sued, that's what they're gonna do. They gotta get you served. But I talked to Robin already about how to sue concerning collections. Y'all could do the same thing with y'all charge-offs. But the thing is, when y'all sue y'all original creditors, say if you sue Capital One, Navy Federal, Discover, you got to think about they're gonna be in their feelings. And I have seen it in emails where they be in their feelings, where they'll be like, we'll give you money, we'll delete the account, and we'll waive the money that you owe us on this charge off. But you also have to agree to never come back to our company. It's like, you weren't gonna let me come back anyway, especially since I wasn't paying you. So this ain't nothing. Send me my check. See my check. Hurry, send me the agreement so I can hurry sign, because you weren't gonna let me come back anyway. No, I'm waiting because we're gonna get them checked. And Marvia, don't forget, you gotta go in there and purchase it. Just make sure that you gotta purchase it. Can I sue if they reposted my car and I have no communication about the company before and after, and there is an arbitration? Yeah, so I don't even know how arbitration is, y'all. I will let the courts decide if it's an arbitration clause in there, because you gotta think about it. All of this stuff, even about us suing the credit bureaus, I hear a lot about, oh, it's arbitration. Da, da, da. I don't know about none of that. I just know that I have settlements with these companies, and I never went to arbitration. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know nothing about like the arbitration. So in this case, I just put the lawsuit in. Y'all tell me, say something about we got to go to arbitration, after I put the lawsuit in. But with that account being on the credit reports, any of the accounts, y'all, my whole thing is this: if I see errors on my credit reports, I'm going to dispute because of errors, and if you don't delete it because of the errors, that's what I'm going to sue you. So I wouldn't be concerned about whether I owe this company or not, whether I don't owe the company or not. If that account on my credit report, I see errors, I'm going to find those errors, and I'm going to go after the company based off of the errors. So you see what you're saying too, like they reposted my car and I have no communication from the company before or after. And if you're gonna have any type of communication when you saying reposting the car, that's gonna come from the bureaus. But they're supposed to let you know if they're gonna reinsert, which is what they call it. They're supposed to let you know if they're gonna reinsert an account of your credit reports. Um, and that's after you got to delete it. Say if they delete the account based off of your disputes, they're supposed to let you know that they're going to reinsert it. Oh wow, that's doing good. I knew it was gonna do that. That is good. That is really good. I'm sorry, I was reading the messages. My IWM has hit my target going down. They had someone come out and say, work since I've been working with you, my credit has increased. Oh, you're very, very welcome. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. That means you've been doing something then. I don't know how to do that though. Suing a company because they dropping your credit limit due to inaccurate information. Dropping your credit limit. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. I sue based off of errors. There's different lawsuits out there. I'm not saying you can't. I don't know how to do it. Let me say that. I don't know how to do it. But you know what? One thing I do, y'all, if a company do something like that, I just know in the back of my head, I'm not messing with them like that no more. I'm just not. Marvia, remember we had talked and I told you, I think it was the 12th. I told you, hey, you need to purchase it on the 12th. So yeah, that's the day that you need to you have to purchase on the 12th. So you could it's the 14th now. You can still purchase it. So you see the collections that aren't correct. Yeah, because all of them not gonna be correct. So Robin, I have showed y'all my screen and I showed y'all, hey, look at all of these companies. Companies that, say if you got a Capital One credit card, your Capital One credit card may have errors on it. It don't matter who it is. These companies may still have errors on it. You want to sue any of these companies that have the errors on here, basically. That's collections and charge-offs and stuff like that. I am excited. We saw an original creditor too. I have a collection company with a re-age account and report. Yes, and don't forget too, Jerry, just a point that these collection companies not gonna send you proper validation. That's a whole that's a whole problem by itself. My name's They're like, y'all make me feel like I can't read sometimes. So read this. Like, why would you say my name is delicate? What does that mean? Like, I'm like, wait, what is this? And I be trying to read like comments here, comments here, comments there, da, 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 and then other comments just too much. But I'm like, hold on. I know y'all be looking at me squinting like, what the heck? What's she trying to look at? Yeah, I remember. So purchase it and to you. No, you don't have to send anything. Just confirm that you did it. Just confirm that you did it. Yes, ma'am, I've been working and I'm able to apply and receive the Navy Federal Secure Card. Okay, good. Navy Federal can be good while you have them, but understand that this is one of them companies that will mess up on you if that will do some crazy stuff in a sense. Just continue to pay on them, allow them to report and increase your credit score. Okay. But just make sure that you continue to be good with Navy Federal and it should be good with you. But that's really good. And then Navy Federal should graduate to a $2,000 credit card. That's one of the things that I love about the Navy Federal credit card. You can literally get a $200 secure credit card with Navy Federal, and they'll graduate to $2,000. And sometimes it can take 3 months, but I always say, y'all, look around that 7-month mark, and if they don't do it by the 7-month mark, call them and bug them. Okay, be like, hey, why haven't y'all, like, what's going on? That's what I would do. I would call them and ask them why haven't they um, graduated it. But that's really good. Okay, good. Yeah, the whole credit thing, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's so easy. And for people that just filed bankruptcy, like the day after you get your discharge, if you think, oh my gosh, they made a big mistake. I shouldn't have did this. My credit finna be ruined. Because I talked to some of y'all before y'all even filed bankruptcy. It don't matter if you got bankruptcy or not. As soon as you make the decision, I need to increase my credit score, but the people that are in bankruptcy, you gotta wait till after your discharge or dismissal, whichever one. That same day, make sure you got 4 credit cards, 2 installment accounts, keep your utilization low. Anything that's on your credit report that's negative, do a dispute letter ASAP. Make sure that you send it to certified. Tell them to delete those accounts from your credit reports. Okay, so do this right away. If you have more than 5 inquiries, work to remove those additional inquiries. Do not remove an inquiry that's tied to an account. Okay, if y'all follow these things, I'm telling y'all, it'd be so easy. That's kind of like, remember I told y'all I joined that trading group? And I've been trading their way. It's not my way, y'all. It's not the way I trade. It's not. And it's when they wait, they like, oh, you're just gonna work to get 5%. I'm like, 5%, but I've been green every single day. And I traded for the 5 days. I've been green 5 days in a row. And I'm like, hold on, this is. And then two, she said once you get your account to a certain level, then that's when you'll do your runner. Da, da, da. But she do it completely different than what I do. But I just listen to her. It's different methods to doing things, but sometimes it's literally just the basics. You know, it's the basics of everything. But I literally just been listening to her, like, okay, what you want me to do? And I'd be so mad sometimes. Like, today with the method that I use her method. I didn't get in on the call because part of her method I'm just not gonna do because I just feel like I know some part of it, but I'm still green, so it's cool. You can get in whenever you want. So with her method, I ended up doing a put, but I already knew that the market went up so much today. I'm like, oh, this market finna come back down. It's finna come crashing down. And I literally just got the alert, like, yes, it did come back down. Like it came back down a lot. Like I'm looking at the market now. It came back down. I mean, it did a major, major pullback. It's basically touching where we started at this morning. Like, but I mean, it went up a lot. It went up a lot. But I literally just follow the rules. It's the same thing with credit, y'all. I'm teaching y'all certain things. Just follow the rules. Just follow the rules and don't overthink it. Like that's as simple as it is. Like just follow the rules and don't overthink it. Just do what you got to do in the process. And as long as you're doing exactly what you need to do, you all should be good. Yeah, and looking at her method, somebody in the group that she had, they talked about another method. Looking at her method, like literally, you could have still got in on multiple things without throughout the day. But like I just listened to what she said, and I want y'all to do the same thing when I'm telling y'all to do certain things because I know y'all can get the results that y'all need. But my biggest thing is, okay, your credit score gonna when we finna sue, when y'all gonna do this, when y'all gonna do that, because that's the biggest thing of it all. That's the biggest thing of it all. So when y'all talk about suing and stuff like that, I'm here for it. And I told two of my clients I was gonna be able to help them. I wasn't able to help them yet because I really want to make sure that I haven't I'm helping my sister with her case. Until they get served, I don't want to put a lot of stuff on there, y'all, because when y'all go to court, y'all have deadlines. Ain't no, oh, I had this going on, got that going on. I already told y'all I'm going live with y'all and I got other stuff going on. Like it's no, it's not one of them things. Like, you got real life deadlines. So I want to make sure I'm fully, fully committed to it. All right. But I'm telling y'all start learning this stuff. Y'all actually get these checks. Y'all gonna be like, dude, let me mess up my credit again. I ain't gonna care. Cause if I can't make it, I know exactly what I need to do to get this stuff off. I can't wait. Thank you so much. I have recommended you to everybody I know. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't wait till y'all get some money then, because I wonder what y'all gonna be doing then. When y'all get some money, y'all gonna be like me. Y'all gonna be like, I see why Keita just don't care. Like when y'all be telling me certain things about an account, honestly, I'm just gonna be honest. I just be blocking it out just a little bit because that do not matter. I don't care that y'all own this account. It don't matter. And it don't matter because I see now and I'm helping people now, they're getting checks on accounts that they owe. And guess what? They don't ask them, oh, well, you owe us this. They don't care about none of that. They like, hey, listen, you suing me, forget it. Just don't pay me nothing. I'm gonna give you some money to go away. That's basically what they doing. Like, hey, don't tell nobody. Can we give you this money? You go away. Y'all know how y'all kids be coming there begging y'all for something. Y'all just want them to just, you probably doing something, you folding clothes or something. Mom, can I get some chips? Me, I got multiple kids. Oh, you can get some chips, but you tell them. You can get some, hurry up and eat them. Don't tell nobody. It's the same thing with a lawsuit. Hey, I'm finna give you this money and I'm finna waive the debt. Don't tell nobody. Here, get it. Go, go, go. That's the same thing that they're doing, y'all. But I can't wait till y'all actually do y'all lawsuits. Y'all gonna realize how simple it is. But y'all just not. Y'all have to make sure y'all don't overthink it. That's it. Because I overthink it. I overthought it for years. I literally just told myself recently, like literally, like I told myself 2 weeks ago that I'm not gonna overthink it, and I'm not gonna help certain people too. I made it up in my mind. I'm not gonna just help certain people because I hate when I help certain people. They get all this money, and I'm just like, oh no, I need to go to law school. I get to go to law school. I gotta go to law school. They don't tell nobody about nothing. Like you could at least came back and told everybody that I helped you. They could have did something. But yeah, well, I can't wait till y'all get y'all checks. Y'all gonna love it. Especially if y'all do it on your own and y'all don't go with a lawyer. Y'all don't go to a lawyer because the lawyer can take y'all money. If y'all do it on your own, y'all don't go to a lawyer, y'all gonna be so happy. Okay, but I'm gonna make sure I help those that understand the full value about what's going on. So you don't get a lawyer. So Robin, the reason why I say don't get a lawyer is because my whole thing was this. I was honest with y'all when I told y'all this. I thought it was gonna be a win-win for everybody. My whole reasoning for me going to law school was this. I said, okay, listen, instead of trying to get people to pay for credit repair, stuff like that, I'll go to law school. I'll become a lawyer and then I can refer y'all to lawyers and the lawyer will give me percentage of the money. They'll give me a percentage of the money that they win from the lawsuit. And I thought, oh, y'all will get y'all money too. I thought that. I thought y'all was gonna get y'all money too, and the lawyer was gonna negotiate their own money. But what it turns out is this, because I sent my clients to a lawyer. What it turns out is this: the lawyer is going to sue, but they're gonna bill so much on that case. They're gonna bill. They bill by the hour. Some lawyers 350, some lawyers 450 an hour, but you don't have to worry about that because they're gonna I thought that they were going to negotiate that in the settlement. Like, say, if you sue all three credit bureaus in a collection company. I thought that they were going to give you your money plus their money. They were going to ask the company for your money. They're going to have your own money. Then you're going to ask the other lawyer for their money. But that's not what they're doing. They ask the money. They're asking right now, and it just could be just the lawyers too. They asking for money in general, and then they bill for so many hours that they think they're just going to give you $1,000. But I know that if y'all do it my way, y'all will get $3,000 per bureau minimum. I think y'all can get way more than that. $3,000 per bureau plus every company that y'all suing, y'all get $3,000 with the waiver debt, with the deletion. So automatically, y'all can get the account deleter. Automatically, whatever you owe, depending on the balance, they're gonna waive that anyways. Period. That it is what it is. But I was thinking, oh, y'all gonna get more money. And let's be honest, I'm a real estate broker. What I do is I'm connected already with a lot of realtors. I'm gonna connect for y'all. So I can easily send y'all to a realtor I know gonna help y'all close on the house, right? But guess what? Since I sent y'all to the realtor gonna give me a piece of their money. I thought I was gonna do the same thing with the law. All right. I thought I was going to do the same thing with like the law. Like I literally went and got my associate's degree, bachelor's degree, and now I'm salty right now. Like, did I even have to go and do this? Okay. Like that's how I feel salty because they taking y'all money. And okay, I can just go be a lawyer and I can just stop telling y'all finna get money, but I just can't do that. Like, I don't know. I'd rather just be doing my trading and just run my mouth on the internet and make sure y'all get y'all money. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'd rather do that. And that way I'm not tied to nothing. I ain't gotta go do nothing. I ain't gotta go pay 60,000 a year to go to law school. Did they tell me I'm not even supposed to work going to law school? Who finna do that? Like, I'd rather just do my trading, pay off my student loans that I got from going to even go to law school in the first place. And going to get my associates and bachelor's degree in the first place and go my business. I'd rather just do my trading and do that and just run my mouth instead of just sending y'all to these lawyers. I'm gonna get rich. I I already know this. I'm gonna get rich sending them the things. Imagine y'all, if I'm saying y'all finna get $3,000 minimum, imagine what the lawyer's getting. They getting a lot of money, and then I'm sending all y'all there, and it's easy cases. I never wanted to do y'all cases ever. Same way I don't want to show y'all houses. I've showed houses before. I personally help people get houses. I don't want to do none of that. I got 5 kids. I want to sit at home with my kids. I want to educate my kids. I want to homeschool them. I want to do stuff that I want to do. You know, That's what I wanna do. I always thought I was gonna send y'all to lawyers, but I never knew that I was sending y'all into the slaughterhouse. I just found that out because I sent one of my clients to a lawyer, but I don't feel no type of way about this. Y'all know why? Because when I sent my client to the lawyer, the very first phone call, I said, "It sound like this lawyer trying to cut me out." I literally said, "Hey, it sounds like they're trying to cut me out because why are they saying they can't talk to me directly when we got paperwork saying that they can talk to me directly. You don't need to talk to my client. I'm talking to you on their behalf." I thought I was going to be able to negotiate and make sure that they was going to get him this money, but I think he went along with the shenanigans. He ended up getting played, and now he's doubling back. Oh, I thought this and I thought that. No, 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 no. You was okay with me being cut out. I mean, I tried calling this client too for months. Like, what happened? I can't see this. I can't see that. And it turns out that they literally probably tried to cut me out the whole thing. But now that they see that, I told him, you need to stay with me because they probably gonna be just worried about their best interest, which their lawyer, I don't feel, I guess they shouldn't do it that way, but shoot, it is what it is. But they literally got their money. They got their money, and I think that they could have got more money. I didn't even like the way that they sued. So it's just a whole mess. I think that y'all should put your own cases in. As simple as that. Put your own cases in because guess what? Even if you put your own case in, you be scary and get the least of $3,000 because I say y'all should get more. $3,000 is just the minimum because y'all gotta think about it, y'all gotta make it worth it. Some of y'all got debt on y'all credit cards y'all need to pay off. Imagine if y'all get $3,000 from each bureau plus $3,000 from just one of the companies you suing. Maybe you got multiple companies you're suing. We talking $12,000 right there, and you don't owe the debt no more. Y'all can put this $12,000 on, actually buying a house. Some of y'all don't have the money to buy a house. Y'all can put that money on buying a house. Y'all can put that money on paying off your car, paying off your credit cards. Okay, so that's kind of my whole thing on not just going to a lawyer. That's just me being open, and I just don't care nothing about it no more. I'm just salty, like I'm really salty, and told myself I was gonna cry about it, but it's like, dude, okay, at least I got my bachelor's degree. That's cool. I can still go through with doing a law school, but I said I'm not finna go to law school for this, and then I'm finna go until I have my credit cards paid off. I'm not finna go. Like, I'm not my credit cards until I have my student loans that I have right now paid off. I'm not finna go. Period. Like, I'm not finna go. Like, it's as simple as that. I'm not finna do it. I ain't got to worry about paying off no credit cards, but I have to worry about paying off my student loans. And until that's paid off, I'm not going to go into deeper debt. And then I'm still going to feel some type of way about sending y'all to a lawyer. And then, too, don't forget, I did all my cases on my own because I found that lawyers were not up to par. They're just not good in a sense. And then the lawyers that are good, they don't want to take on these type of cases. So it's like you know, it's a crazy situation that we're in. But I see y'all can do this stuff on your own. Y'all really can, and I'll be here to help y'all. Um, y'all better look out for Keita. They better look out for me. But the people I know that's not gonna look out for me, I'm not even gonna talk to them or help them. Y'all know how much energy goes into this, and like I be in my feelings when I'm going back and forth sometimes with these companies because, like, if I'm helping somebody, they'll hear, oh, like, for example, they'll see, "Oh, Keita, we at the $3,000 mark." I'm like, "I just say that on the internet because that's the minimum. People gonna be scared. I seen this company give more money, and I'm going for the the money I seen them give somebody else, And that's why I tell y'all get $3,000 minimum, and it just be so much because they be like, "Well, I don't think I da da da." It's like just sit there and just wait. And then it's like, oh, now they finna get a money. Now it's like, oh, okay, I'm glad I waited. That was good, kid. Okay, good. It's so much like trying to calm somebody down. Like it really is. And I've seen that too, like even if y'all had like a car accident before, I remember when doing my car accident, like I'm like, hey, what's the update on my case? And they're like, oh, well, they was willing to give you this. Like my first car accident, I'm like, oh, just give me that little bit of money. And like my first car accident, let's talk about this. My very first well, let's not say my first car accident. One of my car accidents, my brother that passed away, he was in the car with me. He ended up doing his loss and he got $3,400 back. And when my lawyer told me, oh, because I heard his number, he got his money within like a month or something like that. When I talked to my lawyer, they was like, oh yeah, we're working on it now. And I was like, well, did they say anything? They was like, oh yeah, they said they're gonna give you $4,000, but we're not gonna take that. We gonna want more. And I'm like, to myself, I'm like, dude, that's more than my brother got. Like, what you mean? We're gonna take that money. He's like, no, I know we can get more with this specific company or with the it could be better. I end up getting like 15,000 dollars by listening and waiting. You know how much that lawyer had to tell me just to be quiet and okay, go and do this, Keita. We need you to go to physical therapy. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. It was so much of just telling me to calm down. That was his main job, just to calm me down, because he know it's nothing but paperwork going back and forth, talking numbers, and then showing, oh, she's in physical therapy, showing this. It's more of a just like a calm down. This is just the process. It's more of that. Like you more of a therapist, if you ask me, being a lawyer. But y'all know my professor, when I went to school, my professor made it very clear that depression is very high with being a lawyer. And I know I've suffered from it in the past, and I ain't got time to be trying to go back into that. I ain't got, and that's why I say my sanity is everything to me. I already know I'm fragile with everything I'm doing now. I'm trying to build right now. I'm still a fragile person. I ain't got no time to be playing around. So that's why I say I'm going to help those people that want to get help. But if y'all don't want to get help, if y'all don't want to listen, if I see that y'all don't want to listen to me, I'm not even going to waste my time, because I'm a crybaby at heart. Like, I ain't got time for that. Oh, thank you so much for the roses. I do not know what this gift gallery stuff is. I said I was going to try to figure it out, but y'all seem to know what y'all got to do. Y'all seem to know what y'all got to do. But yeah, that's the thing about suing. So I just want y'all to just, when it come down to the suing, y'all take y'all time. Um, I am putting something together where y'all will have all of the documents that I'm telling y'all, because y'all got a lot of documents. A lot of documents I have to figure out. I had to go take classes to know how to sue in federal court, to know about requests for production, um, requests for admissions, and motion to compels, and certain affidavits. Like I had to learn all of this stuff. So I'm trying to make that stuff available to y'all. So if at any point y'all, I go ahead and get rich off my trading. So I was talking to a lady about that today. I was like, I don't know if I want to go to law school. She was like, girl, you may go to law school. I said, okay, I may take 6 years or something. I don't know. I might just do it for the heck of it. But it don't even matter. Like, if I want to be your lawyer, like I already talked about, they said don't do it. But if I go ahead and get my money, my trading or whatever, I still can be here talking to y'all. Like I don't have to go to law school, because that was my biggest thing. I was like, oh, I'm going to law school. All the cases I'm gonna do, because I already had big talks with a lot of like large law firms, and I was calculating the numbers. We talking millions of dollars, and you finna give me 25% of that? Y'all gonna be rich, and I ain't gotta do no work. I was like, oh yeah, I can do this, because I got all of y'all. I have all the people. That's one thing that they don't have. They don't have y'all. They don't have all the people. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna be rich, and guess what? It would be a win-win for all of us. Y'all imagine y'all go to a lawyer actually break you off some money that you supposed to get, and then lawyer gonna break me off, and they gonna get broken off. It's gonna be a win-win for everybody, but it's just not gonna work like that no more. So I'm trying to make it so that y'all can be able to do what y'all need to do with your own stuff. Y'all get your own check. I'm telling y'all, getting just $1,000, or some of these lawyers be trying to say, oh, we're gonna give you $100. Are you kidding me? I just can't do it, y'all. And that's why I'm on here talking about it now. So at first the credit bureau didn't like me talking about it, but now it's Nadia's lawyers. Nadia's lawyers, like, do you telling everything that we're basically going to do? You telling all of our business, but I always been telling people business. Y'all realize I've been talking on here for what, 8 years now? 2 years. I've been telling all this business about all of this, because nobody seem to want to talk about it. They want to gatekeep it. Can you're seeking to job? Sorry, dropping my limit. Synchrony Bank can do that sometimes. They'll drop your limit. The reason why Synchrony Bank is probably dropping your limit though is because they probably see that your utilization is high on like the other bureaus, or maybe you got new negative accounts. But you got to keep in mind, you see how Synchrony Bank is just dropping your limit, because they can just drop the limit. Um, you just have to keep in your mind, I'm not gonna go back to this company. Once I pay them off, I'm gonna be done dealing with them. And if you mess up with them, y'all know how I'm like, oh, I had to sue my creditors. If you have to sue them, don't feel no type of way. People like, you need to pay off your debts. You come and pay them then. It's too late now. I already got them. It's like $40,000, over $40,000 I didn't have to pay, but still, like, you just keep that in your mind. If you ever have to sue them, you remember how they did you like this. Like, you remember how they did you like that. I want a supervisor and someone that has an account with my sister, and they won't. Hold on. So if you got the Verizon, then that's different. You need to do identity theft on that. Yeah, so if the account is not y'all, when I'm telling y'all about suing the accounts, most likely is our accounts. Like they're our accounts. We ran up the balance on it. Like we did this. This is ours. But if it's identity theft, that is, I'd be doing identity theft letter, and if they don't delete it, I would be suing them for identity theft. My whole thing would be talking about identity theft. It's not mine. That's what I would do. But yeah, if that stuff is not yours, that's a whole different like situation. If that account is not yours, yeah. I wouldn't even be talking about nothing else about but other than, hey, this account is not mine. It's identity theft. You need to remove it. Don't forget, I have my new identity theft thing. But the thing is, I have a course which have your 3 months of letters. You know, I said, hey, do 3 months of letters. The identity theft book, it comes with a free course which have them letters in there. Once you send the letters to the companies, make sure that you're sending certified mail. You have that FTC affidavit. You also have your police report. You send it to them. Them accounts supposed to be deleted within 5 days. If they want to continue to go back and forth with you, that's when the lawsuit come in. Y'all stop talking to these companies. I'm telling y'all now, I wish I could show y'all more, but I just um I don't wanna show y'all certain things. Like I see certain people have like certain screenshots, they share certain things. I don't want to show nothing because I don't want them to be like, you know how right now they're saying, oh, it look like you're working with a credit repair company. Next thing you know, they're gonna say, hey, you're not doing your own lawsuit. Like, I don't know. I think that's gonna be like the next thing that they're gonna be trying to say. I don't want to show my hand on like what I have going on. Once y'all realize that once y'all put that lawsuit in, that they're gonna start giving you money, you won't even be going back and forth with these companies no more. You're gonna realize it's all a game. They just want to know who gonna really fight them and who not gonna fight them. That's all they trying to figure out. Literally. I did, and they had me talk to account even showing them my credit reports. Okay, so if it's not showing your credit reports, like that account should be gone. So if the account not showing, so this is the thing, because I see this a lot with certain people. I don't know about y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know about y'all. So I'm just gonna be honest. Remember I told you I had $40,000 worth of debt that I did not have to pay, right? It was another company that I reached out to. I did like the demand letter kind of thing, like, hey, y'all had this stuff on my credit report. I'm finna sue you. I did all this stuff to them. Y'all, they deleted the account from my credit report, and I'm talking a lot of money. I believe it was over $10,000 for sure. Guess what though? They never tried to come after me for that money. They just sent me a thing like, hey, we gonna delete this from your credit report. It's going about your business. They never tried to come after me for the money. They never tried to sue it. They didn't give it to a collection company. Now it's outside of the statute of limitations. They can't sue me. So I'm not thinking about this company. You can't sue me. I'm not going to pay you. Like, it is what it is. So once that account is gone, like it's not on your credit report, we shouldn't even be talking about that. I tried to open a sale account and they flagged me saying I had an account already. But that's a whole nother situation. And then you should keep in mind too, like I know we want to be with certain companies, but this is a company problem. Y'all know what I mean? Like if you're trying to get an account with them and they can't fix it right then and there, I wouldn't even want to deal with them because that means you got more problems going on. And I think of these accounts like relationships too. And I had my fair share of relationship problems, being married, being divorced, I already know. That's kind of like when y'all get in a relationship with somebody or when y'all first start talking to somebody, if y'all see red flags immediately, that's what is to come. You're gonna continue to see these same red flags. Continue on if you want to. Think about the relationships y'all was in before, and y'all was like, "Ooh, that person took me through it." Then y'all see signs of that early on. Y'all should have just turned around. And I wouldn't want to go to no Verizon anyway. That stuff expensive. That stuff expensive. I had Verizon before, and that stuff was expensive for me. But if you definitely want to get an account with them, you can continue to fight them if you want to, but I'll be looking somewhere else. I just wouldn't even be fighting. Do y'all understand what I'm saying though? That's how I found out, so I closed mine and it's she was just saying it's in collection. It's in collection right now, or it was in collection. You had to let me know because I'm just be running my mouth now. Like, is the account in collection right now? Let me read this other one because maybe I read it wrong. The account isn't showing on my credit report. Okay, so wait, let me guess this. You closed your account right now that the account that you have with them right now. Like you end up just getting an account with them and then you closed it and now it's in collections. And then let's just say this too. Verizon be on people credit reports. I see Verizon doing settlements all the time. That's enough that we need to say right there. Verizon be on people credit reports and they close the account all the time. So they close they not necessarily close the account. They settle and give up money all the time. So it don't even matter. Don't even overthink that. Thank you so much, Eric, for sharing too. So all y'all gotta do with the accounts on your credit reports, y'all just need to find the error. Simple as that. Is there a letter for late? I have one late. So yeah, you gotta do something called a goodwill letter where you're actually begging. You're gonna be begging that company to remove the late payment from your credit reports. And inside of this book right here, I know you see like that thing right here. I have this book. It comes with a free course. So anytime I be telling y'all about letters, y'all get that letter included. Okay, y'all get the letter included inside of there. So, like, you have four goodwill letters. You got three of them for just your regular companies, your credit cards, your cars, and stuff like that. And then you got one for student loans. Okay, and then also inside of here too, you got this right here, which is the credit cleanup blueprint. You're gonna have 70 dispute letters in the back. So you have some back here for like late payments. If you have late payments on your credit reports, let me see if I can find one. So yeah, you're gonna have some late payment letters. So I think it's like three sets of letters. Okay, so here go the student loan late payments here. So yeah, if you it depends on what kind of late payment is it. Is it student loans? Is it your car? Is it your credit cards? But you gotta send out some goodwill letters and have them ask them to remove those accounts from your credit reports. So yeah, you're gonna see them like right here in like the back of your book. You're gonna be able to see those letters. And then I also have that too. Like if you want to just get this book, you also have that as an option too. Y'all can see them like down here. Y'all will see that this book by itself, but this book I think by itself right now is like $30. When you can just get all four of them in one, it just be so much cheaper. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you got to separate the two. You got to separate how you talking about them then too, Robin. So all of that, somebody had some stuff in your name before, that's you can't bring that up no more because they fixed that. That's not your credit report, and you can't really talk about that. Now this new thing, what you not paying them now, they gonna say that ain't got nothing to do with what happened before. Okay, you not paying them now. If you had the actual account with them, they're going to say that you need to pay them. But again, I don't care whether y'all owe these accounts or not. When I teach y'all, what I teach y'all, I say, hey, if y'all see errors on y'all credit reports, which y'all probably gonna be able to find some errors. Y'all want me to pull up the credit report to show y'all how easy it is to find some errors? Y'all find some errors in y'all credit reports. Y'all think y'all want to delete the account or y'all want to sue them? If it's some errors on there, y'all can probably go ahead and do that. Okay, is that a hardback? Look, somebody got on me about saying hardback, hardcover. I don't know what it is. It's an actual physical book, though. I can say that it's an actual physical book that you're gonna get, and it's not a hardcover. I know for sure the cover is not hard. You know, I think it's called paperback, though, right? I think that I don't know. I don't get me started, y'all. I've been on live for a little while now, but let me know if y'all want me to show y'all like a credit report so y'all can see the errors. Okay, let me pull it up for you. I'm gonna find it for you. Um, and guess what, y'all? When I show y'all this, y'all, these can be accounts that y'all got on y'all credit reports. Y'all in love with it right now. These ain't necessarily got to be accounts that you're just trying to get deleted. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all this credit report. And I apologize for doing all this sniffling and all of this stuff. Okay, let me see. Let me share my screen and I'm gonna show y'all. Yes, I'm sorry, paperback. Okay, at least we both know the name now. Yes, it is definitely a paperback. All my books are paperback books. They're not ebooks. I was selling ebooks for a long time, y'all, and y'all don't really read them. And it's a good way to make some money. I'm sold a lot of them, but y'all don't read them, and like y'all need to read them. Like, y'all need to read them. Y'all need to actually have them. So if you're trying to get in that course, if you're trying to find out the cheapest way to get in the course, let me show you before I'll tell you the cheapest way to just get in the course, because you just need that thing. You like Keita, I don't care about none of the other stuff. These books right here also have that same course that you're gonna need. So these two probably be the cheapest one. So go here, find the cheapest one, get inside the course, and then you'll see like the Goodwill letter. So it's the Raise Your Credit Score 100 points in 30 days, and it's my Strong in 75 word. So these are the two where you can still get inside of that course. Okay. That way you like Keita, I know the book is good, but I don't need all of that. You can just get the cheapest one. So you'll see these are actual books right here too. Can you see they're like individual books? But I merged it into one. What was that? Last month actually. All right, let me move my head out the way. And then let me show y'all these ears. And I'm gonna have to balance the phone and stuff. So please excuse all my shaking and stuff like that. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to make sure that you all can see everything. Okay, let me try to get this ready. So I'm gonna show them my personal information. All right. All right, so here we are here, y'all. All right, so remember, y'all, we talking errors. We want to find errors on your credit report as to see what accounts can be deleted, which ones not going to be deleted, okay? So I'm just going to zoom out some because y'all, all the details, y'all, this stuff do not matter. If anything is inaccurate on your credit report, it's supposed to get deleted. Only thing y'all need to do is do dispute letters, okay? So this right here is a Capital One account. Y'all see where it says Capital One? My system actually highlights everything red that is different on all three credit bureaus. So I'm gonna show y'all a few errors just so y'all can see it. And then after that, y'all, we don't care. We see red, we see deletions, we see money, okay? So this is a positive account technically. It just got late payments. We just need to remove the late payments. Basically, what the other person that's on the other end, if they were talking about they had late payments, this is what they had. They probably got a late payment, it's 30 days late, 60 days late. Right now they say it's currently 60 days late. But when you look at the bureaus, again, this is just a Capital One account. Okay, this first right here, this first column right here, this is Experian. In the middle is Equifax, and then on the end is TransUnion. But it's all Capital One. Keep that in mind. All right. So if you was to look on all three credit bureaus, because you don't have a highlighter, you got to look at the data. You will see, okay, Experian saying 48, Equifax saying 48. Hold on, TransUnion say 47. So they saying the monthly payment is 48, 48, 47. Again, we're not trying to delete this account, so we're not even gonna mess with them about this error. We're gonna let them keep that little error. Okay, the next thing, the date open. When you look at this again, we don't want to delete the account. You just got late payments. You just messed up on it. You're not trying to delete it, but we still see errors. Okay, so we see August 1st, and then we see August 21st. Hold on. This is Capital One account. We see the balance is different. This one got a different balance. This one right here, the high credit. You see the high credit is different on Equifax. Okay, the past due amount is different when you compare. Can y'all see the errors? This is on an account that you do not want to get deleted. Okay, so if you can see it on accounts you don't want to get deleted, imagine what you about to see on accounts you do want to get deleted. But in this case, this account just has late payments. But guess what? They don't even know how late the account is. It says 60 days late, 30 days late, and 30 days again. So they can't even get their act together right there. All right, but I'm only gonna show y'all this as a little bonus. It got something to do with what we're talking about, but it don't at the same time. It's errors, okay? So if y'all like, oh my gosh, Keita, it's a charge off. I can't find no errors. Looking at payment history, y'all gonna find some. Okay, so this is an old credit report. So for December 2019, can y'all see this? December 2019, up and down. The account is up and down because this first row right here, this is the first one right here. This is Experian. The second one is going to be Equifax, and the third one going to be TransUnion. Okay, so when we look right here, we can see for December 2019, Experian saying, "Oh no, she on time." Equifax is saying, "Nope, she 30 days late." TransUnion like, "No, she is on time." Then you go to the next month, they go 30 days late, 60 days late, and 30 days late. They are not the same. Now, right here, before the lates actually start, now it look like they all are correct. Okay, 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 for November 2019. Can y'all see? Okay, okay, okay. So look at all these errors. Like, who is right? Who is wrong? We don't know, and we ain't finna play the guessing game with them. We see errors in the payment history. Fix it or delete it. That's all y'all need to be putting on y'all letters, okay? And then if y'all got more stuff, more accounts, you just want to go and look at all of your accounts. This is another charge off. The day open, y'all can literally put lines like this on y'all dispute letters. The day open is different on when I compare all three credit bureaus. The high credit literally is different on all three credit bureaus. Like, that's the most you ever owed on an account. The credit limit is incomplete on Equifax. The date of last activity is different on all three credit bureaus. Now, remember, y'all told y'all accounts, they said they're going to stay on there for 7.5 years, right? This is the date that they're going off of, the date of last activity. So this is the date that they're going off of. So this date got to be correct. Okay, so this is the date that they're going off of, but guess what? All three credit bureaus got a different date, but it's the same account. Date of last payment, TransUnion and Experian together, but Equifax saying a different date. They saying November. The other, TransUnion and Experian is saying no, it's in May. And then they saying 2 different years. And look at the payment history, y'all. It's just messed up. So when y'all find these errors on y'all account, y'all automatically know, okay, y'all better delete this or I'm gonna sue y'all. That's what I think. Y'all can think what y'all, well, that's what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think, okay, y'all got these errors. Y'all need to delete this stuff or I'm gonna sue y'all. Deleting the account from y'all credit report don't mean that you no longer owe it. Okay, it don't mean that. It means that there's errors and you just requesting it get deleted because you're trying to move on with your life. That's all that means. Okay, but look at all these different errors. They can't get their act together at all. Thank you so much, Marvia. They can't get their act together at all. Like, look at it. Every single month is something different. And you know that just because my system highlights everything red. So let's just go down the list and look at all the accounts. Because I bet you I can show. I look at so many credit reports, I can easily find errors. Whether it's red or not, I can find it. So this right here, this is a medical debt. Okay, when it's a medical debt or any type of collection, the last date of activity, which is this date right here, which is September 15th, it better be before this date right here, which is November 11th. The last date activity, remember I said the last date activity is going to dictate how long the account going to stay on your credit report. So that's the first day that you became delinquent. That's the first day you became late, 30 days late. Or that's the last time you made a payment on the account. This collection ain't never been paid because remember, the high credit is the most that you owe on the account. The high credit and the balance is the same. So they never paid any money on this. So why is it that every single time that they report it, which we can see right here, September 15th, 2020, every time you reporting it, why are you changing last date activity? You shouldn't be changing that. They only doing that because they want that account to stay on your credit report for longer. And they hoping that somebody like me don't come and teach y'all this. Okay, y'all just end up paying them. Okay, we got another one on here for IC systems. Okay, the date open is different on the bureaus. Look at the last date activity. They got 2 different ones. That is an error by itself because you don't know which one is correct. And not only is both of them different, but is this date even before the date open? No, they're not. This one is the date open, and this one is after. They say this is a date that it was open February 1st. So if you look at the date open right here, you will see that they're not the same. Okay, so right there we know, okay, you re-aging the debt. That's what it's called. Now this one is a whole different problem, y'all. This is a collection again. The date open is different. Last date activity, them 2 different problems already. We got a third problem. How is my balance higher than the amount I owe? The highest amount that I ever owe an account. How did you add $20 to my balance? Collection's not supposed to add no extra fees or none on there. You collect what's there. So that if anything, they should be collecting $410, but that's none of our business. All we gonna say is, hey, you trying to collect on a balance that's not owed. That's what we gonna say. Then we can also say, hey, that activity is different. When I compare the credit bureaus, it looked like you're re-aging a debt. The date open is different. Can y'all see these different errors and how I point them out? All right, we got another collection. This is a thing. This one right here is some type of club fitness or something. I don't know. But look, the high credit is $1 more than the balance. So you're trying to tell me that this person paid $1 on this account. Sometimes people do that because these collection companies want you to pay $1 on it. But that's just another error. That can most likely be another error. Y'all gonna see that. The thing is, sometimes they round this up. Maybe it is $453, but 96 cents. So instead of saying $453.93, they just say 454. I see that all the time, y'all. So that's just an error right there. Now this account is paid, but guess what? It's still errors on it. It don't matter that it's paid. You got to delete it. The day open is incorrect. The last day of activity is incorrect. So I would talk about just that. I wouldn't even be talking about how it's paid. And I still would sue them. Honestly, if it was me, I would still sue them. But can y'all see all of these errors? Look, I block out the account number on this one, but look, how is the account number different on both bureaus? That's an error. The day open is an error. The date of last activity is an error. And they re-age of the debt. This date is after the day open. Okay, so can y'all see that? Now let's go down to the positive accounts because y'all need to understand that, there's errors, period. Look how many red spots is on this positive account. The account number is different on TransUnion. TransUnion got a different day open. Equifax is missing a high credit. The last date of activity is different on TransUnion. Equifax got a different date of last payment. There's no late payments in the payment history, but there's incomplete data. So for March of 2020, Equifax ain't got nothing there. They're supposed to. And then all these extra dates from February 2019 to July 2019, they ain't got nothing in the payment history down here for TransUnion. But TransUnion, that's a specialty, y'all. They don't like to put not late payments. They don't like to just put payments history in there in general. Okay, but can y'all see this is a positive account? We don't want to mess with them. I'm just showing y'all this is an authorized user account, no late payments, no nothing. But I'm just showing y'all errors so that y'all can understand that whether you own that company or not, it don't matter. Like if it's negative or not, they're going to be errors. It's something with their reporting system. Okay, we got the USAA right here. The account number is incorrect. The monthly payment is incorrect. The day open is incorrect. Can y'all see this? There's errors all up and down this account. So when y'all say that y'all can't find errors, now I done taught y'all how to find some errors. And if y'all find an error on there, like I just showed y'all, what I would do personally, if I find an error and I need this account off, I'm gonna dispute it. And if you don't want to delete the account after me disputing it, I'm gonna sue you. That's just what I would do. But y'all do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all do whatever you want to do. Yes, you are saying you can make money. How so? So the thing is, make money, y'all can sue the companies. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. Y'all sue the companies. I sued my creditors and had over $40,000 worth of debt I did not have to pay because I went in there and I checked, I found all these errors and I sent them a letter. And then they didn't want to delete it, so I sued them. Period. And then when y'all sue them, I say at least get $3,000 per company, and then also sue the credit bureaus, $3,000 per bureau, $3,000 per company. Get the waiver of debt. So say if you did owe them some money, I don't know more. Y'all need to get rid of that. You say I owe you $4,000. You say I owe you $5,000. Get rid of it. Waive it. I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to see it no more. And then still delete the account so I can move on with my life. Can you make a business out of this? I was trying to make a business out of this by sending y'all to lawyers, but the lawyers is trying to take all y'all money. Were you only in one bureau then? Oh wait, were you only in one bureau then, or more than one? So neat girl, I'm thinking that you're saying like the different accounts. It was all three credit bureaus like lined up for like that one account. Am I answering that correctly, or maybe ask me again? Let me see if I missed anybody else too while I was going through that. I don't know if I didn't miss anything. Okay, what about late payment errors? If you just have straight late payments on your credit reports, do a goodwill letter. That's it. And with the goodwill letters, y'all gotta be careful. Don't be sending no dispute letter to the credit bureaus. You can see your goodwill letter because you're nice. You're literally telling them in your goodwill letter, hey, I was late in June 2025, between June 2025 and August 2025, can you please remove them late payments from my credit reports? I got sick during that time. I was unable to work. I had a late payment. I'm doing better now. You see, I've been paying on this. Can you please remove it? Okay. So that's basically what you're saying to them. Oh, thank you so much for the heart, me. What program are you using? So that right there is Identity IQ. Yeah, that's Identity IQ. So I use Identity IQ for like my clients and stuff like that because I can easily see the errors and it got that last data activity on there. But I've been using that for years. I think about eight years now. I've been using that for years, so I just never switch it up. And it's just so much easier. Like I just don't wanna overthink it. It's easy to use. I can find all of the errors and I just go from there. Do you have a letter or can you call? Robin, when you say do I have do I have the letter or can you call? I don't suggest y'all call about anything. If y'all gonna call anybody, okay, maybe you call the bureaus about a late payment. But guess what, y'all? When it come down to deletions, we always think we finna get some money from them and we finna get the waiver of debt. We finna just sue them. Don't go on there trying to call them. That's why I tell y'all don't go to the CFPB begging them to do this because y'all wasted time. Y'all could have been closer to y'all check. Like y'all could have been going closer to y'all check and get the waiver of debt. Some people like, well, the CFPB deleted it. Okay, but you still own that account now. Now what? You still owe that money, and now they're gonna try to turn around and sue you. Then what you gonna do when they turn around and sue you? I said go and get the waiver of debt. Oh yes, it's not specific. It's not like a specific bureau. It's all three credit bureaus basically in one report. And it's not expensive at all. But what part? What part is expensive? Like the report or suing or like what part of it? Do you have a goodwill letter or you call? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was telling y'all that when y'all have these books like okay, I got a book. I wanted to be able to have certain things. Like I wanted to be able to like sell y'all letters and things like that. But TikTok wasn't having none of that. They're like, no, we need physical products. That's why I was like, you know what? All my knowledge y'all to put in a book. And then I give y'all all of the stuff I be talking about, like goodwill letters, dispute letters. Y'all got all of that stuff in y'all free course. Okay, y'all have all that stuff that come along with y'all free course. So y'all got 4 goodwill letters in there. What if someone has a lot of late payments on an open account? How can you delete them? Sometimes I see people got a lot of late payments, and I say if it's really a lot of late payments, I just tell them to delete the full account if we can be honest. Yeah, just delete the full account if we can just be honest. You know, but it just depends though, because when I see a lot of people that got a lot of late payments, if I see that you're still currently late on it, like one of my clients, I seen them, they're struggling with an account and they keep saying 90 days or 120 days for like 2 years. Man, just get the full account deleted. Ain't nobody got to know you late. Okay, you figure this account out later on. Like, nobody gonna need to know you late. It's just holding you down, you know? But if you got depending on what's a lot too. Some of y'all don't even know what a lot is. I used to say too, if it's more than 4 late payments and the account is recently open anyway, this account has been open for a year or something like that. Just like get the account deleted and just start over. And that's just me personally. Some people like, why would you do that? It's not gonna, that's just me. I'm just gonna start over brand new. It don't really matter. Don't forget, I'm a real estate broker. Y'all can get y'all a house with a credit score as low as 580, 620. And you got to think, I'm getting people that have a bankruptcy. I'm getting them to get approved for, let's see if I can grab this book. I'm getting their credit scores over the 700s, and they got to just wait to buy a house. If you ain't even got a bankruptcy, you get your credit scores back over the 700s. They're like, you can still get the house, the cars, the credit cards. It is what it is. Do you have a solution for maxed credit cards? Oh, yes, what we was talking about today. We was doing a raise your credit score 100 points in 30 days. That's this book right here. And we're on day 14 because today is the 14th. So today we're talking about debt consolidation. And I told y'all, if y'all got maxed out credit cards, try to do a balance transfer to a 0% APR credit card. Try to do a balance transfer. Get approved for a 0% APR credit card and transfer that balance. That's what I would suggest. The identity program, do your clients have to pay identity accumulator? I don't have an identity program. Are you talking about like my identity theft book? Are you referring to that? Wells Fargo. Yeah, I did a balance transfer to a Wells Fargo credit card. It has 0% APR. Yeah, it don't matter, just 0% APR. Because what if I can't get Wells Fargo? I say try Truist, try Discover. It's a lot of different credit cards out there, but I did a balance transfer to a Wells Fargo credit card. That's perfect. And what if, yeah. So let me know about that. And then, y'all, we passed 3 o'clock. I was just having fun. I got spit coming out my mouth talking so much, y'all. I'm like, what is that? I got spit. I'm like, I need to get off of here. I'm just doing too much now. I've been on here too long. But yeah, let me know about that, and then I'll talk to you all tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be day 15 of our Raise Your Credit Score 100 points in 30 days, which is this book right here. We're going to go for our day 50. I'm day 15. Does client have to sign on to identity? Yes, you do. I say you need to keep the identity IQ for at least 3 months. While you're doing a disputing process, yes. You can't use like Credit Karma and stuff like that. That's not gonna work. I have done, don't get me wrong, when I first started off, when I was helping people um to like do disputes and stuff like that, before I even learned about identity IQ, yeah, we use Credit Karma, but we weren't trying to sue. This is during the time where they was really just deleting accounts just because. Now they're not even trying to do that. That's how we got into trying to sue, because they stopped wanting to delete accounts. So I say have it for 3 months. You need to be able to see everything lined up. You know, you need to be able to see all three of your credit bureaus line up. After your 30 days is up, you need to pull your credit report again. You need to have that time stamp to say, hey, this is my credit report from so and so. So like Marvia finna purchase it tonight, right? This is my credit report from 414. So if they say, "Oh, we deleted the account," you can be like, "Hold on, when you deleted, because I pulled my credit report on 414 and it wasn't deleted, and that was after y'all 30 days." So you need to be able to see stuff like that. And then my whole thing, y'all, is just this: if the accountants on your credit report is bothering y'all, stop thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna settle with them." I just settle with them after you sue them. Settle with them after y'all sue them. That's what I would do. Because y'all up out here paying like collection companies. I seen a lot of people do that. Like, oh, I just got my tax. I'm going to pay this off. Like, keep your taxes. You need that money because you ain't even put no money in your IRA. Put some money in your IRA for 2025. Max it out. How about you do that? And then work on suing these collection companies. And then you get the money from that. Then you ain't got to owe them no money anymore. Now you got even more money you ever thought about. But I say just keep y'all credit reports available. Y'all need to be able to see all three credit reports. Y'all need to be able to clearly see everything. Okay. And if y'all just want to have for the 3 months, have for the 3 months. But when y'all doing a disputing process, do that. After that, I say, hey, close this down. You don't need it no more. Shoot, to me, after you start to put the lawsuit in, I wouldn't even need it no more. Okay. If I put a lawsuit in for this company, on the third, after the third month, after I do that, I'm gonna get my annual credit report. Then after that, I'm finna close this down. I ain't paying nobody for this. After then, I'm already know I'm doing my lawsuit. I'm gonna get these settlements. After I get the settlement, my credit gonna be crispy clean. I can look up what I say, get the account deleted, get the waiver of debt, and get some money from them. I can confirm if they deleted their own credit card. Okay, and if I need to confirm, I can even get annual again because that ain't nothing I gotta pay out of pocket. But when y'all doing disputes, y'all definitely need to see exactly what's going on, and then y'all see how everything was like lined up. Y'all try to get the annual and try to compare it. When I try to send my I ain't try. I sent my credit report over to a lawyer because I wanted him to try to look at this. I'm like, can you look at this? And he like, where is the account at? Don't nobody want to look at that. They want to see it all lined up evenly. They want to see it all lined up evenly. Oh, you have to go to my channel. I got violations, so my shop is not on here. I said something that they don't like, so my shop ain't on here no more. I said something that they don't like. Today took my shop off. I'll figure out what I said that they didn't like, but it is what it is. I just want to be real and always tell y'all that. But y'all can get it right here on my shop. Okay. Why does it seem like people with new credit get approved better than that credit for years? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It depends on which credit card it is. And sometimes people had credit for years. Maybe they hold a balance on their credit cards. I don't know. Maybe it's a utilization. But whenever y'all feel like y'all not getting approved for credit, y'all getting denials, check and see what's the reason why. They should send you a denial in the mail, like, hey, we deny you. We didn't like the balance on your credit cards. We don't like the derogatory accounts. They'll let you know exactly what's wrong. I come on every single day at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So from 12 to 3, I'll be on here. Sometimes, like today, I had emergency, so I had to wait an hour. But you'll catch me anytime between this time, like 12 to 3. Check by an hour, but that's not gonna be normal for me to do that. But you'll be able to see me on here from like 12 to 3. Yeah, but whenever y'all get denials, don't like play the guessing game. I just don't do that no more, y'all, because I have anxiety in a sense. So I just want to know, like, I'll just wait. 'Cause one time I thought that they was denying me for a credit card, and they literally, this is during the time where I had like a freeze on my credit report. This early on, I'm up here tripping. I had a freeze one time. It's like, oh, you had a freeze. That's why we deny you. They didn't tell me right then and there, hey, you got a freeze. They just said, hey, we'll get back to you in 7 to 10 business days. I said, okay, get back to me. And then it turned out I had a freeze. Another time, y'all, they told me, hey, we'll get back to you in 7 to 10 business days. Guess what else they wanted? It's a different time. They wanted to verify my identity. It is what it is. Can I make a business out of credit repair and suing them? Yeah, you definitely can make a business out of credit repair and suing them. Yeah, you can. But if you're gonna think about business, to really make it a business, you need to be a lawyer. You really need to be a lawyer, honestly, if you're gonna make a business out of suing them. That's what's gonna give you the biggest authority, when you become a lawyer. All he has on his file is authorized users. Oh wait, I mean, I got a proof of 5,000 with a great credit, but my friend that never had any credit got a loan. Oh, they got 12,000. All he has on his file is authorized users. That's the thing. When y'all have authorized user accounts on y'all credit reports, you gotta think about it. That still show up on your credit reports. And when you have authorized user accounts, maybe you got higher limits on there. Maybe them accounts have age. You know, when people have authorized users, you can't think, oh, they just got credit. No, now it don't look like they just got credit. Whichever authorized users he have on his credit report, the credit cards he had, it looked like he had credit for that amount of time. Period. That's why when I add my daughter as an authorized user on my credit cards, I added her on. She's 14, 15. She's 16 now, but it's still gonna look like she had credit before she was 18. Like, you know what I mean? When them things, she finally want to go get credit when she older, it's gonna be like that. You had these credit cards forever. You adopt that credit. Okay. And it depends on also, again, what's the limits on there? If you got higher limits, they can be like, oh, you already been doing high limit credit cards. You already been an authorized user. So yeah, we're gonna give you more. Yeah, that is a benefit for our kids for sure. Yeah, it really is. And our kids is authorized user. I will follow you. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. You're very, very welcome. And thank you so much for the following. I'm a great mother for that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm honestly trying to teach my kids, like I had gave my daughter my American Express credit card, and I wanted her to have that credit card, and I was thinking, oh, you get the American Express credit card, you will learn credit from this. And I start teaching her the ways of using credit, and she was like, I'm just tired of this. Like, I'm tired of all these rules. Why can't I just use my debit card? And I'm like, you know what? Good. I really don't even want to get my kids into credit, honestly, if we can be real. Right now with my kids, I have my kids working for me. My biggest thing I'm trying to teach them is budgeting their own money. Like, that's my newest thing. Because when I was paying them, they're like, oh, I got money, I'm gonna go spend on this and that. And I was like, no, I need to teach y'all how to budget money, because what y'all doing now, y'all gonna do when y'all get older. So I'm trying to teach them how to budget money, keep money in their savings account. So I already got a whole game plan on what I'm gonna do next month. My daughter, she homeschooled, she's 16, she in the other room. She probably hear me talking about it right now. But I'm not gonna probably include her so much. But the other ones for sure, they need to learn how to um budget, save money, spending money on certain things. Yeah, that stuff definitely start at home. Yeah, we do need it, but it's certain things that we just have to educate ourselves on. If we know that we struggle with it, we need to teach our kids the good, because my parents, they talked about, oh, my nickname is Pookie. Oh, Pookie, we had 800 credit score. We always had good credit. It's like, y'all ain't teach me nothing about credit. I just went out there and just did whatever I wanted to do. Y'all didn't teach me nothing when it came down to like finance and saving my money. When I worked a job, y'all didn't tell me, put your money over here or do this or do that. But you got to think about it. Your parents can't teach you what they don't know. That's why I continuously try to educate myself so I can educate my kids. When I knew I wanted my kids, like, I know I want to go to school to be a lawyer, but also too, y'all, only having some of my AA done, I didn't finish my associate's degree because I didn't think I needed. When I start looking at the work that my kids was doing, I'm like, hold on, I probably need to go back to school because who's gonna help them? And then I want my kids to go a lot further than me, but I need to educate them to even push them to go further than me. Because who gonna teach them the basics? What if my basic is down here? You know, what they just go, oh yeah, I did better than your mom. You don't even know what I got going on. Okay, good, you're doing great. But what if I would have kept growing and now I'm up here and it's like, oh no, you got to do better than that. I need you to come up here with me and go higher. You need to make sure that you pull yourself up so that you can even raise your kids even higher. So that's the kind of stuff that I be thinking about. Well, like my kids, but I really don't want them to know credit. I want them to know it. I want them to, build their credit. I'm probably gonna just continue with like my other ones, do authorized users and things like that. My kids listen to me all say all this stuff. They know about like the three credit bureaus, about getting stuff deleted, about getting credit cards and paying it off. They hear this stuff and they know about it, but I really want them to know about how to really just grow their money and grow their wealth and be more of invest and never pay interest on credit cards and stuff like that. Don't even get started with that. Keep the money in your account that you want to use and be investing. The biggest thing I want to teach my kids, I don't want to really teach them credit. I really want to teach them investing. So that's why I'm like in these trading groups and stuff now, because I want to learn a strategy that I can teach my kids that will be able to help them in the future. Yeah, so that's like my biggest thing I got going on. But I will definitely see y'all later. Y'all can see I can talk even after I say bye. I can continue to talk. My dad used to be like, you talk too much. And now look, y'all enjoy me talking too much. Some of the companies don't though. I know that they don't. They don't like me talking too much, but who else finna talk to us about this? Like seriously, like you're very, very welcome. Like who y'all talking to about this? Like, I had went to an event this weekend and it was about scaling your business, doing better in your business. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. And then I'm sitting next to this guy and he like I love coming to these events because I love to learn more. And I was like, I love coming to these events because I got nobody to talk to about business, talk to about just business in general. I have nobody to talk to. Then I was like, okay, I would do my trading. I have nobody to talk to about trading. I'll talk to y'all sometimes about it when I'm live on here, but I have nobody to talk to. So I said, you know what? Let me join the trading group. And now I'm all in love because there's a lot of people in there that does trading. That's a lot of people in there that I can definitely talk to. But like, who else we finna talk to? Because a lot of stuff is not going on in our household, and you need to actually have conversations with people. What you got going on over there? Well, I'm gonna do that. This what I got going on. Maybe you should do it too. Like we need to be able to talk, go back and forth. And I'm an open book. So if y'all got questions, I'll be definitely here to answer it for y'all. I really want the best for y'all, honestly. And then I don't want to get to the point where I just dip on y'all, be like, Keita been around for years helping me. And I'm like, oh, y'all, I got to just go. I want to make sure I just put all the information out there that I can. Don't say I didn't tell y'all. And the people that get it. And when I'm gone, I'm gone. Like when I go on and just do what I want to do, my main passion always been buying real estate. When I get back into buying real estate all day, buying properties, doing this, I ain't got time to be talking to y'all. I gotta be fixing up on properties. I gotta be doing stuff. That's what got me off of real estate in the first place, trying to help y'all with y'all credit. I was buying properties and then I started coming on here trying to help y'all with y'all credit because I was like, oh y'all, let's invest. Da, da, da. And I realized people credit was bad. And then I started helping people with their credit. And then I started putting on like, hey, it's a lot of y'all I just talk about on the internet. And then now, the internet is huge. So now all these people, all this stuff start happening. So then I start focusing on this more. Like, oh, y'all need help. Let me help y'all. And now I'm going backwards now. Like, hey, listen, I got books out there. I got videos that I talk for hours. Like, I really do got the videos. I've been talking for hours every day. Y'all take that information and then I'll see y'all later. So when I get back into what I got to do, I won't feel so bad about it. Like I just left y'all hanging. But I'll definitely see y'all later. Y'all make sure y'all have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody. All right, let me close this one down. All right, I'll see you guys later too. Bye-bye.